Okay, hello, welcome to Free Jingle Friday, live from our studios on the Isle of Wight. My name is Mike Russell and I'm from Music Radio Creative.
And my name is Izabela Russell, and surprise, surprise, I'm also from Music Radio Creative, the other half of the Ninja Mike. How about that?
So very awesome indeed. So here we are with another Free Jingle Friday. We're going to make jingles from our studios here on the Isle of Wight. It's been really, really hot recently, and we've been enjoying a lockdown special, the kind of thing where we just have a cup of tea and we talk audio and we make jingles that you submit, by the way, and have a bit of fun. Doesn't it sound good, Izabela?
We just have plenty of fun, and I hope you can join us along.
All right, fantastic. So we're going to get stuck in. If you're new, welcome. We love having new people. Welcome, new people, to the stream. All right, now first and foremost, Izabela, I'm getting confused. I've changed me hotkeys.
Oh, have you?
They seem to be working though, so you might have seen. And by the way, I still love Elgato, everything that Elgato makes, and I love Stream Decks. As you may have noticed, hang on, I need to move the mic. Boom, and you can see in front of me there, I've got a custom-made panel that has two Elgato Stream Decks in. I'm going to be repurposing how I use these Stream Decks, because previously I was changing camera angles. The thing is, because they're in front of me and they're not like right next to me, I'm like bashing the keys, so I think I've worn the keys out on the top of the right-hand pad.
Oh, no.
So I haven't worn them out. It's just like sometimes I click and now it doesn't change camera angle. So like I bash those keys, so they've probably got like a bit of a pounding. So I've decided to repurpose. I'm probably going to use the Elgatos to do things like eventually we're going to throw up like lower thirds, and we're going to do things on YouTube, and you can do all kinds of cool triggers in your live stream. So I'm going to change it to that. And for camera angles, like we were discussing this, weren't we, Izabela? And by the way, I'm going to change the camera angle to you now, your lovely face. There you are. We were discussing this, and we were thinking about, like, what are some really good keys for changing camera angles? And we were having a big debate, because we're always talking about how we can level up this live stream for you, the viewer, watching there right now, and make it as good as it possibly can be. So I said, well, I have to kind of move away from Elgato for changing camera angles, because I bash those keys a lot, and I think I'm not doing any good to my precious Elgato.
Oh, your precious
My precious Elgato.
Yeah.
So I'm actually getting used to a new set of keys. Initially, we looked at a few different solutions. So we looked at X keys was quite high up the list. X keys is quite popular with a lot of live streamers. In fact, they have an official X keys made for Wirecast, which of course is the piece of software just there that we use to live stream. And do you know what? And I was going through all of this, and then Izabela said to me, Mike, why don't you just take a look at what you've already got in the studio and see if you can find some keys?
That sounds like such a complex advice, Mike, right? It's like you would not expect to hear it from me, surely.
You would not believe the hours I spent scouring Amazon and Pro AV websites to find the solution. And then you just said, why don't you just like look like everything in your studio, and is there something there? And was there?
Of course.
I believe there was. There certainly was. And what do you think it was?
Your keyboard.
Yes.
Your keyboard.
That's right. And I'm getting used to it, but it is it's a keyboard I've had for a while. It controls the PC. There it is. I think you can see it just there on that camera angle.
Nice.
It's an EVGA Z10, I believe, as they call it in the States, or as we'd call it here in the United Kingdom, a Z10 from EVGA.
Nice.
And it's got like it's got macro keys on the left-hand side, so perfect right under the desk where I am right now. I can hit those macro keys, and it's a bit more subtle than me going like that and bashing a Stream Deck to change camera angles.
There you go.
There you go.
So hopefully that will improve, although Mike may hit the wrong button a few times, so I hope you forgive him. I guess that's the round the way to do it. Just a couple of comments that popped into the chat. Burch Albersten Elvnik, I totally butchered your name, I'm so sorry, says, this is the most expensive show I watch every week. Always end up buying some plugins and other packs that Mike's expensive. Thanks, Mike. Thanks to Mike, expensive guy, but Izabela makes it worth it. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Hey, it is. Go on.
Hang on, just wanted to say shout out to Sanjin, who's in the comments as well. Sanjin is, wow, he's responsible for so many things here at Music Radio Radio Creative. So many good things. One of them, actually, which we can demonstrate straight away, are those wonderful mugs. So Sanjin is our wonderful designer here at Music Radio Creative.
Cheers, Sanjin.
Cheers to Sanjin, indeed. He's in the sunny Dubai right now. So hello to you. And I guess before we dive any further into conversation, as I know you are dying to tell us so many things, Mike, just a very quick round of rules for anybody who's new and watching us for the first time, because you might be wondering, okay, so why am I here? The show say it's Free Jingle Friday, so how do I get free jingles?
Good question. And a lot of people are obviously here from before, so they know how it works. They're doing it already. In fact, Mick Southhouse, who's a regular, says, Mike, Izabela, love the new script submission form.
Oh, fantastic. You see, this is one of the first things that I wanted to tell you. Whether you're new or you've watched before, we've changed slightly the form in which you can submit the new scripts. And finally, after I know such a long time, perhaps nearly 2 years of us doing the show. Is it 2 years since we've been doing it? Quite a while, right? Definitely a year.
Yeah.
You've been asking, you said, I can't do Super Chat. I'm in a country where the Super Chat is not available. Now you can do a Super Chat, and you can do it through that form. So simply head on over to mrc.fm/script and you can do it there. So now finally everything is in one place. But before we dive into it any further, if you are here for the first time, the way to submit scripts, you've got another 24 minutes to do so. Simply head on over to mrc.fm/script. That's as simple as that.
It is
in
really.
there is a super sleek form that you can fill in, just asks you for a few details and asks for your script. And effectively, that's all you need to do. Now, at 1:30, we're going to take care of recording all the Super Chats first. So Super Chats are all the scripts that you can see popping up with a monetary value added on. And thank you so much for all of you who have been Super Chatting, as I've seen you've been doing so quite a lot today. And those Super Chats will be recorded and also produced. Now, we may not get around to producing all the Super Chats on the show. And if we don't do it on the show, don't worry, it will be done after the show, and you will simply be able to access your Super Chat within 1 to 3 working days at the same link as you would usually do.
Yes.
It's simply because we have so many of you Super Chatting, it is getting impossible for us to get our heads around to everything that comes in. But of course, we want to make sure that what you pay for is delivered, so to speak, so we can do it off the show and make the show still interesting and engaging. Now, all the other scripts will be recorded at the end of the show, so don't worry if you haven't heard it in that first part. It will be recorded at the end. That middle bit is where Mike is the ninja audio guy.
Yay.
And he does all the cool stuff with audio, and you can learn a lot and have fun with us as we go along, right?
Absolutely, yeah. That is the key to it. That is exactly what's happening on this live stream. So we are delighted to be here, bringing you free jingles every week. Izabela's described pretty much exactly how it works on Free Jingle Friday. If you're brand new, just go to mrc.fm/FJF. You'll find all the information on how it all works, how you can get free jingle, if you want something produced, how that can happen too. And as many people have commented, there is a really, really good-looking new form, isn't there, Izabela? I know this has been part of your work for the last week or so. Actually, more than that, because we've been discussing it for longer than that. And finally, the solution is there, right?
The solution is absolutely there. And we are very, very, very excited about it. We had a serious argument about the form here in the house, but we've solved it in a very peaceful manner, didn't we, Mike?
Oh, of course. Of course we did.
Yeah, so there you go. But it's there, and I'm really, really thrilled of it. And I would love to hear your feedback. Just a couple of comments as I'm trying to keep up with all of those that are coming in. Steve Allison is saying, 3rd week in a row, I'm watching this in Bucharest, Romania. I now have a new stable Friday afternoon routine, and I feel like I have 2 new friends. Oh, it's really lovely, Steve. It's lovely to have you here. All of you, to us, are like a big MRC family. The audio, all the audio enthusiasts from all around the world. It's fantastic to have you here. So,
well, as we like to say, you're our global audio family here watching. Global audio family from around the world. Please do post in the chat, by the way, where exactly you're watching this live stream right now. Whether you're in Tanzania, whether you're in Sydney, whether you happen to be somewhere in Indonesia, India, United States, or maybe somewhere in South America. And just let us know how you're doing. How are things going for you during the lockdown? How locked down are you right now? I know we covered that a few weeks ago on the live stream. Yeah. But obviously a lot of people are producing from their own home setups. I've been asked about it a lot lately, getting a good home setup. What kind of mixer should I have? Should I have a microphone? All of that. And even more and more recently, a lot of people have been reaching out to me asking, how do I do a live stream? Because they see Free Jingle Friday every week and they're like, how are you doing it, Mike? So the thought behind that is, Izabela, I hope I'm not jumping the gun here, but we're going to put out some kind of information on how exactly we do Free Jingle Friday. Not just a glossy overview, but maybe like kind of step by step. Some of the things we're using to produce this stream. So if you find something like that handy, like not a full in-depth live stream guide, because there are some really good YouTubers who do that already, but kind of just focusing in on the tools we use to get the job done every week. If you find something like that interesting, just type yes, live stream or something like that in the chat right now, wherever you're watching, and we'll get on to expressing that. Izabela, what do you think?
Absolutely. And I keep following your comments, and there's so many, and so many of them are interesting. It's pretty much impossible to mention them all. But Student FM is the first person who's noticed, and he says, so Izabela, what happened with your mic muff?
Oh. Go on then. This is the time to reveal the new microphone in front of Izabela. Tell us about it. Tell us all about it.
Right. Am I the right person to know about it? It sounds great, which I'm really happy. But I had a very very specifically female problem here with a microphone. And that was the fact that obviously I wear makeup. And what was happening with my muff was the fact that, when I was getting really
You might want to rephrase how you said that, Izabela. It's a family show, by the way.
What did I just say?
Don't worry. Just gloss over, keep going. That was actually...
You mentioned it.
Some people in the chat will have found what you said quite funny. Keep going.
Okay, sorry. And so I put makeup on, and effectively the mic sock was getting heavily kind of covered with my makeup, and it was just becoming to a stage where it was literally just changed color entirely, and I'm like, not happy with that. But it so happened that wonderful Luit has actually sent us some microphones, which we will be reviewing in detail.
Hang on. Who are Luit?
Luit. Who are Luit? Do you not know who Luit are?
No.
You don't?
Well, I do, yes, obviously, because I play with the microphone, but...
so Luit is a company based in Austria. They make microphones. They have been doing so for quite a few years, and this is actually the first time we've had an opportunity to test their microphones and see how they sound, and I must actually say I'm really happy with the sound. It's different to the AKG. I love the AKG microphone, by the way. Absolutely nothing was wrong with it, apart from the fact that the sock I had for it was just getting really in the way of my makeup, shall we say. So I like the fact that this one has a nice metallic thing in front, and I don't think that I will have that same problem. I mean, even if I do, I can just take it off and wash it, which I couldn't do with the other bit.
Yes, exactly.
So that's quite handy. So, all right, yeah. So what do you think?
Well, I think it's really good. What do you think?
Well, I think it's great.
Good. Then we are agreed on that. It is a good looking microphone. Actually, what I really like about it, I know you're asking me a serious question there. I love the fact that it's kind of bare metal exposed. Look at that. It's bare metal exposed there in front of you. Yeah. No more of this like big like radio style sock, says he who's got a radio style sock on top of the mic. I'm actually a bit jealous because look, when I take that sock off, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can definitely hear there's a difference.
There is, yes.
And
the same here.
Actually, there's a huge difference. This sounds so much better without the sock on. But yeah, I need to...
you spit too much.
I spit, and also everyone does. But also, I need a metal shield in front of there because it's far better than this. Look, this is without the sock. This is with the sock.
Wow.
Without the sock, with the sock.
Can I do the same? Hang on. Can I do the same? This is with the sock. Oh, it's not a sock really. This is without the sock, but can you hear the difference?
Slightly, yeah. Obviously, there was a bit of a grating as you took. It's not a sock. It's not a sock. It's a metal pop filter mesh.
And I like it's kind of clicks on, which is really cool.
Well, because it's magnetic. That's one of the really cool things about that mic. For those of you wondering, it's the exact model is the LCT 440 secure.
And guess what? 44 is my favorite number. It just clicked in. This is my mic. There you go.
It was made for you.
It has been made for me. 44 is my favorite number. It's always been. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's got my favorite number anyway.
Got your favorite number on it. So yeah, it's a good sounding mic. It's a real sounding mic.
Yeah.
I did some tests side by side, actually. I'm going to make a video about these mics at some point, but I did a test side by side with a few other mics I've got kicking in the drawer. And what I did notice is it looked very much like the voice was a little bit processed, like there was a compressor on it using the Lewitt mics. I don't know if that's the capsule they use or the technology they use or something that's in there. But it felt not processed as in like over processed and pumpy, but just it felt like it had a punch to it that some of the other mics didn't have. And I was like, that's interesting. I think it sounds good. And I think it's really nice on your voice. Obviously, it's a personal preference. It's nice on your voice. I did try it out. It worked really well on my tones as well. I'm actually keen to try a few of their other mics, so I might see if I can get hold of the 240 Pro as well. Because that's, I mean, your microphone, so that mic sitting in front of you, probably people are wondering, like, how much is it? So that mic is £235, which is the UK pounds. I'm not sure in the US that might be $260. So it's not going to break the bank. And then, you know, the Pro, the 240 Pro is even cheaper, and it's got a nice white look. So that's one I really want to get my hands on. But yeah, are you digging it so far? I'm
digging it so far. I really like the sound of it. It's doing something different with my voice. It definitely is, it's sounding slightly different. But I think it's a nicer different. I do like it. I personally really, really like it. So
absolutely. And actually, I'll tell you one thing is as well, what I'm going to do for those who are just wondering about the mic and liking it and thinking it's in a nice budget range, I'm actually going to post up a link in the chat just there in YouTube where you can go and check out the mic in more detail if you so wish. If you want to see the specs, frequency range and things like that, I know those kind of things are all very important. I've just posted a link in the chat right now. So what else is going on, Izabela?
So what else is going on? Gosh, so much is going on. I had something so important to say, and now it just went. Hang on, there was a comment that triggered something in my head. But okay, it will come back. But before anything else, you've got 13 more minutes left to submit your scripts if you haven't done already. I can see that so far we've got 110 submissions on a free script that does not include super chats. And let's have a look at the super chats. We've got 26 super chats so far today. So we've got 13 more minutes to get through it. If you haven't done so already, head on over to mrc.fm/script. There is a beautiful new form. And by the way, if you would like to super chat, but super chat is not available in your area, or you are not watching on YouTube, which is perfectly fine, then that form will enable you to also super chat. So finally, you've asked and we've given you what you asked for.
It's interesting. So like you say with the comments, like I try to watch them, but they flick by so fast. But one caught my eye. Moddy Betty, and I will occasionally call out a comment when I see it, has said, actually, that's a very expensive microphone. I don't know if that's sarcastic, Moddy Betty, because just to put things in perspective, this mic here is about $9.99, and you can't see it unless I do this. No, you can't see it. It goes off the camera, but it's got a gold front. I don't know if it's solid gold or 24 karat, but it's nice and golden.
Cool if it was
but then having
gold,
the sock kind of ruins that kind of. So I think it's a really reasonably priced microphone. The only other microphone that I would say is cheaper and also has a really punchy good sound that I like is the AKG P120. I also like that microphone too. If we're talking about budget range, if we're talking about $99 mic, then the P120 will do the trick. But I think that Lewitt is a step up for you. I think it's sounding good.
It is. I know what I was going to talk about.
Go on.
Aha, ta-da. So first of all, super big thank you to people with the spanners. You see, I'm giving you a hint here, Mike. People with the spanners.
There's a new spanner in the house.
Yes, absolutely. And I can see his comments. He was like, I'm just composing myself. He didn't expect it as well. So we just wanted to we wanted to surprise Doug Hewson, who has been watching this live stream consistently ever since I can remember. Okay, so
absolutely,
and he's fantastic with comments. We've noticed how wonderfully he interacts with the community. Always very helpful. So we thought, wow, he deserves a spanner. He needs to feel more important in the comments. So
yes, and what you got to remember is that we only very occasionally throw up a spanner. throw out a spanner. That's dangerous. It's definitely against health and safety rules, throwing spanners around. Anyway, only very occasionally that we do it. Obviously, we've had Bjorn and Tim, but like you say, Doug has been in from the start. Not only that, I have met Doug in person on Venice Beach in California. So, there's that personal connection there as well, Izabela.
That is really, really lovely. So thank you to all the lovely people with spanners. So there is Doug, Tim, and Bjorn who are looking after you in the comments, and they are just a huge help during the show, which is fantastic. So thank you to you. Now there is a question from Bjorn at the moment. Actually, how many likes, Mike, do we need to get to the next item in your drawer?
Oh, this is the thing where I open up one of the drawers behind me and show you something in there. Well, this week, it's got to increase exponentially. So we went for 100 likes on the first week, 200 last week, and I think we're going to go for 300 this week if you want me to open one of those drawers and show you a secret audio item inside.
Little, do you?
But the thing is, we don't have to hit that number. That's just that's a number that's out there, and if we don't, it's no worries. Don't worry about it. But also the other thing is, this is not a serious thing. We're not like, hit the like button now, hit it, kind of thing.
Well,
it's
if you happen to hit enough,
we're not that serious about, we're not trying to game the system. It's like, if we happen to get to 300 likes, I'll open the drawer and I'll show you something cool. But no pressure kind of thing. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yes, don't feel like, we are trying to force you to hit like. If you like it, just hit it like, that's as simple as that. And then something good may come out of it if we hit a specific number of those. So
absolutely. Izabela, can I change the subject right now?
You may.
Okay, can we talk about Waves audio? What do you reckon?
Yes, come on. Can we talk about Waves audio? It's awesome. Let's talk about it. Go on.
Absolutely. So you might have seen there was a little tutorial on how to use 4 plugins from Waves. For those of you who don't know Waves, you might have seen me talking about and pontificating on Waves plugins for years and years and years. Like literally, I've used them before I think I even started this YouTube channel. That's how long I've been using Waves plugins for. I mean, the L3 is just like a staple. Some of their compressors are amazing. They can do things that I think no other compressors can do. Morphoda, that's another one. I think Morphoda was actually the first Waves plugin I ever bought, and that's the one that makes your voice sing. And because I can't sing, it made me very excited. So that was like the original, and now they kind of like they haven't cannibalized it. They complemented it with Ovox, which is another voice synthesis plugin. Might use one of their plugins separate aside from this in the show today, just to show you some of the stuff I'm excited about. Bjorn there has posted a link if you want to go and check out their plugins and get them at a 10% discount. But there is a new package that Izabela, I became the face of this week with Waves.
That's like a little bit of a moment for you. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it's a real honor, and I don't think I can say enough exactly how honored I am by this opportunity and how amazing it feels.
So Mike has joined the league of those amazing producers that contribute to Waves products essentially, and do some awesome stuff in different industries. But Mike has joined in that awesome kind of Hall of Fame. Let's just call it Hall of Fame for producers, and he is the face of a brand new bundle, which is, you might want to tell us more about that.
Yes, so I'm essentially there waving the flag for content creators, saying, hey, come on, we're like creating stuff here and we use your plugins, please do something for us content creators. So not only did they create a specific bundle for content creators that's available via the link that Bjorn is posting, if you're interested to check it out, there is a 10% coupon as well using our link, and we do get a slight affiliate commission as well, so that helps the channel. That's full disclosure there. But yeah, so they've put together a bunch of plugins, and actually I was there helping them with the construction of this, and so were you, Izabela, actually.
So was I.
You were there in the
I'm the background person
in the architect process of this. So it's called the Content Creator Audio Toolkit, and I think it's on sale right now at around $99. So it's very reasonable, and you get 4 plugins that do really good stuff. Now if you're using any audio editor, not every editor is good at many things like Audition is. So if you're like an Audacity user, many podcasters are, if you're a Reaper user, GarageBand user, these plugins are really going to help you with your workflow. They're also going to help you in Audition as well. In fact, my favorite plugin is a brand new plugin. It's like a new plugin that was released on the same day as the Content Creator Audio Toolkit, and it's called Playlist Rider.
It is really cool, actually.
Yeah, maybe I don't think it would be very useful for producing jingles, so maybe I won't give it a demo today, but maybe I'll release a video about it next week to go in depth on how you can use it. And essentially, it auto levels stuff for you. So if you've got a podcast with multiple guests, jingles, music, sound effects, and they're way, and all the levels are all over the place, it automatically like ups and downs your levels and helps you meet a consistent loudness as well. Yeah. So that's the cool thing. You can program in a loudness. You can say, right, get me to -16 because that's super important, and the plugin will do that for you. And that works not only on podcasts, but also you can run it on a YouTube video in Premiere Pro after you finish producing it. Even if you're doing a live stream and you've got OBS, or if you're not using OBS, if you can use something like Audio Hijack and like run a plugin in real time, you can run Playlist Rider on your output in real time. So if you haven't got like all the DBXs that I have in front of me doing the stuff analog style, this Playlist Rider can sit on your streaming server and it can level you so that you never peak and you never go over a certain amount. And if someone comes on and they're really quiet and their levels are really low, it'll pull them up, and then the moment you speak, it will push them down, but in really, really fast time. So you can set it to slow attack or fast attack. And it's cool. And it's part of the Content Creator Audio Toolkit from Waves. And the coolest thing about this right now is that plugin on its own is on the Wave site. It's launched on the Wave site at $130. But if you get it as part of the Toolkit bundle, it's included, and you just pay $99 and you get 3 other plugins. So it's pretty cool. Awesome, yeah. And I'm just honored really to be a part of it.
That is really cool. Yeah, no, and that's definitely just a fantastic opportunity, and yeah, we're just really excited to work with Waves at the moment. So yeah, it's really cool.
Absolutely.
That is really cool. Just a quick reminder.
I just wanted to, concluding on that, if you do go ahead and you decide to go ahead and get the Content Creator Audio Toolkit from Waves, using the link, so if you use the link and you get it, obviously we will get an affiliate commission. If you email me the receipt or proof that you got it, essentially, I will send you a free Adobe Audition template that has all those plugins in the right places, set to pretty good settings to start with. So that's just a bonus I thought I'd throw out there.
Oh, that's really awesome.
If you decide to get it, no pressure, but if you decide that it should be part of your workflow and you check it out and you think this looks really cool, and you watch the videos with me doing the tutorials on the Waves website and you like it, just email me the receipt after you've got it and I'll send you a free template to get started.
That is awesome. That's really generous, Mike. Fantastic. Just a quick reminder, you've got 3 more minutes left to submit your scripts. Head on over to mrc.fm/script to have your script submitted. I've run out of steam there when I was saying that. You can also, it's the last 3 minutes to submit your super chats if you would like to have your script not just recorded but also produced. Then super chat is the way. There is also opportunity to super chat inside the form, so if it's not available to you via YouTube, then you can still do it by going to mrc.fm/script. Please, 1 script per person. We ask for that simply because we would like to give everybody opportunity to have their scripts recorded.
We certainly would, Izabela. So what else is new in the world of MRC? What's been exciting you this week? What's been exciting me? I've been just diving deep into the marketing. I had a marketing head-on this week, and it all started with the type form, which we have used for the script submissions. And I was like, we can do this and we can do that. I've just had this, massive wave of enlightenment. So I just still feel like I just want to dive in and kind of experiment a little bit more with all of those amazing tools I've just discovered, so kind of it's been a bit like that for me at the moment. You've had a bit of an epiphany, haven't you, with Typeform?
Pretty cool. I certainly did. In terms of MRC world, couple of new things. So first of all, we have 2 new voice artists that have joined us as of this last week. We have Joshua, who's our first, believe it or not, he's our first Scottish voice on the website. So we've got a lovely Scottish voice joining us there. And we have a new American American voice Lance, who has joined us in as well. So Lance and Joshua, if you head on over to musicradiocreative.com, click on voiceovers, and you can sort by new voices through.
Do you know what?
there.
You're reading my mind because I'm on the website right now, and I was just wondering if there's a way you can sort by new. So you click voiceovers. And because I know you're adding voiceovers all the time that pass the quality control test. Oh, yes. Date new to old. Let's just do that and see. Oh, yeah, updates. Yeah, Lance and Joshua.
Yeah.
Lance and Joshua are brand new there on the site. That's very, very cool indeed.
And also this coming week is the last week where you can still get Mike's Pro Podcast presets currently on sale. You can save £30, which is around $40 of the regular price. Simply head on over to mrc.fm/presets. That's where all the details are there. And you can still get them with a really good price. And actually one extra new thing, you will notice if you find the Pro Podcast presets on our website, I have uploaded a little video showing you how to use them. And it's me using them. I'm really excited about it because I thought it would be great to showcase it from the perspective of somebody who is not a audio ninja like Mike. So.
Podcasters, Pro Podcast presets on sale. And there's Izabela's lovely face. And I can click it. Shall I click the button? Let's click play. Let's play a
Hello,
bit.
it's Izabela Russell here from Music Radio Creative. And today I'm here to show you how to use Mike's Pro Podcast presets when, you are not Mike. Because let's face it, he's a little bit of an audio ninja. Even
I thought you were going to insult me there. He's a little bit of an oddie. I thought he was going to say he's a little bit of an idiot. I'm an audio ninja. You kind of just stumbled there. Are you sure that's what you wanted to say?
There you go. So so you can watch it at your own leisure if you are curious about the presets. That's the way to do it. And Mike, with that, we should play the jingle.
Oh yes,
the jingle should play.
Countdown has begun.
Woohoo! Right, so all the script submissions are now closed, which means that we are moving on to the next part of the show, where we will be recording, producing, audio geeking here, and just having lots of fun. So don't go anywhere. And we are about to talk about a new song, and I've chosen the song this week. I'm excited.
You're pumped up because we're going to play our licked track of the week. It's coming up for you very soon. If you like music, stick around for that. We're going to play a pop song on the live stream. We'll also tell you how we're able to do that. Yes, I popped when I said pop, even though I have a pop filter. It's very strange, isn't it?
You've popped.
So that's all coming up, plus your jingles produced, and we're going to have a lot of fun on the live stream. Yeah. It's all here, it's all live, it's all right now, instant to your living room, to your bedroom, to your back garden, anywhere as long as you're at home. This is MRC Live. And of course, remember, we do it live this time every Friday. That's why it's called Free Jingle Friday.
Live from our studios on the Isle of Wight. Free Jingle Friday.
And one more.
Wow, wow, wow. Mike and Izzy are live right now. Ooh, wow, wow, wow. Free Jingle Friday. Don't miss it.
And this is called The Boy Least Likely To, well, that's the name of the band. And it's called A Fairy Tale Ending. This is courtesy of Licked. It's the track of the week. Enjoy it, and we'll tell you how to get great music like this for your YouTube show after the tune. Quite nice. It's very nice.
When I was young, I was valiant and bold. I fought off dragons and wrestled with trolls. I was stupid, but I was brave. I'm still as stupid as I was before, and although I'm not that young anymore, I'm still valiant in my own little way. just like everyone else. I find it difficult to be myself, so I pretend to be something I'm not. But in the end everything has to turn back into pumpkins and frogs. I wish that it didn't have to, and I'm wondering if this is the way that my fairy little bit off into the sunset, without tails between our legs, muttering quietly to myself, and wondering if this is the way that my fairy
Yeah, that lighting effect is not very appropriate, is it? That's more that's more of an EDM thing. That's like, I'm not going to do this. Oh my goodness.
I literally, it's like this can lead to potentially like somebody like losing it.
A seizure, yes, absolutely. Yes, we'll move away from that very quickly. I was trying to do a nice color cycle kind of animation on the light,
Phewy.
but I just couldn't get it working in time. Oh, let's see. Hang on, I might have done it. How does that look? That looks all right, doesn't it? That looks cool.
That looks
Look
cool,
at that.
yeah.
Like, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yes, that's good. And then
You
we
good?
got this one, and you've got yours rotating around a bit as well, have you? I think so. Anyway, that was Izabela. That was the Licked track of the week. Thanks to the awesome folks at Licked, we are able to play music that sounds like that. It's like a professional pop song. From a real artist that is signed up to a real record label. We were never able to do this traditionally on our YouTube channels, on our Facebook posts, on our Instagram stories. But thanks to Licked, they're doing all the heavy lifting by going to record labels and saying to them, please, go ahead and make a catalogue of music, your music, please, available to content creators. They're doing good stuff and they really deserve good quality stuff. And by the way, they're willing to pay to license music, as you and I obviously are. If we want to create quality content, that's part of it. So Licked, a fantastic service. Maybe, Izabela, you want to describe a little bit more about how it works.
So how Licked works, or
Yes,
how
Licked.
the competition works. Okay, so Licked is just a fantastic service that allows you to license a really good track for your video. It's effectively, they are bringing all the well-known artists into regular content creators, and the more of us that will use the service, the better they service will get in return, because they will be able to showcase to other recording labels, look, the content creators would love to be able to use, such and such in their creations, and there is a power in numbers, which we certainly have as content creators, all around the world. So fantastic service, and we are really thrilled to support them. And we have a little competition running, right?
We have a contest. So for those of you that haven't already joined, many of you have already joined in with Licked. It's free, by the way, to join up to Licked. I am an ambassador for them. I really believe in what they're doing. They've just recently added tracks from John Newman, Stand By Me. You got Sam Fender on there as well. Some stuff from Noel Gallagher as well. Olivia Dean, she's up and coming. I want to make her a Licked track of the week one week as well.
Yeah.
Tons of really cool stuff. They've also got music you'll know as well. I really want... Actually, we should play Hot, Hot, Hot by Arrow. Yes, you can license Feeling Hot, Hot, Hot. No. You can license that via Licked to use in one of your YouTube videos. So we'll definitely be doing that soon, because it's getting warm here in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yes.
So the idea is, if you haven't already, go over using our links, mrc.fm/licked, and join up for free, and then download your first song. That's the thing you need to do, is download your first song.
Which is free.
Because that's
Which is
free, by the way, and that gets you in the draw to win what, Izabela?
One of those lovely mugs. So we've got 3 different mugs you can choose.
A design.
You can choose from. We choose 3 winners every week, and if you have already licensed the track in the previous weeks, you're already in the draw today.
Yes.
So far we had 9. Was it 9 winners or 12 so far? I've lost track. I think
We've been doing it about 3 weeks, so we've had 9 winners.
Yeah.
By the end of this stream, 3 people who have either signed up recently or sign up right now and download their first song will win one of those cool MRC mugs. So if you want that to be you, act now and go ahead and join up, because it's a great service as well. It's just worth supporting them.
And last week it was David, Dioric and Meran who were the winners of the mugs, and we've emailed all of those, obviously, and I think some of them have already claimed the mug, so to speak. So this week it could be you. So all you need to do is head on over to mrc.fm/licked, LICKD, and license your first track completely free, and you could be in a chance of winning. And you only have to do it once, and you are in chance of winning it every week. So you never know. Next week you could be winning the mug. So it's kind of like...
and I also wanted to say, by the way, if you do join up and you get that first track, like the track we played, the lick track of the week, which is Fairy Tale Ending by the boy At Least Likely To, whatever track that happens to be, if you decide you really like this service, you want to go on using them, they have a 50% discount on the next track you license, but there is no limit on that. So if you decide, right, I'm going to license up a batch of like 5 tracks now to use in my YouTube videos, you get 50% off the whole of your next order, which is pretty cool. And the licensing starts from £6 here in the UK, $8 in the US. Really reasonable pricing, and it just goes up with the sliding scale depending on how big your YouTube channel is.
That's exactly it. So yeah, very easy going, easy to use service. Highly recommended. So another thing that kind of is associated with the mugs, if you do get yourself a mug, if you decide to buy one, which you can obviously just under the video, and send us a picture with our hashtag, which is MRC Live, which also looks like Mr. Clive, MRC Live.
Did someone mention me? Mr. Clive.
I thought he was buried away deeply in his bunker,
Well, I've been getting a little bit sweaty recently. It's like so hot out here in United Kingdom. I was just, going to my cellar to admire my bottles of vintage wine.
There you go. So that's quite cool. If you send us a picture and tag with the correct hashtag, next week I believe we will be choosing one person to win. Was it £100 to spend in a store?
Absolutely, yes, at the MRC store. So, if you fancy that, just go ahead and do it. There have been some pretty cool submissions, actually. Let's just see whether I can throw a few on the screen. So here you go. You can see Doug Hewson is there. We've got Paul Woodland as well, Saint FM. Jordan Long. There's Jordan Long having a cup of Joe in his Rise and Shine mug with a Superman shirt on, which is really cool. So thank you for submitting that, Jordan. And yes, it could be very well you. Izabela, I got a confession to make. It's another Wirecast update. It's another NDI broken, meaning that I cannot physically share my screen during Free Jingle Friday. So you'll have to have the over the shoulder look, which is you can still see what I'm doing. It's not going to be the end of the world, but unfortunately, yes, another update to Wirecast 13.1.2, another NDI stream broken, and of course I send my screen via NDI. Although, actually, saying that, because I was messing about just the other day, because we're always looking for ways to level up our live stream. And I was like, what is the best way? Actually, this might be a good question to ask you watching right now. Don't worry, Isabel, I know you're almost crying over there. I won't be able to share my screen. But actually, I might be able to solve this problem temporarily with a bit of latency. I'll tell you about that in a second. But seriously, if anyone watching right now knows a really clean way to share the screen of an iMac on a live stream. And believe me, I've tried most methods. We've settled on NDI, but unfortunately, I don't know if it's a Wirecast thing or if it's something to do with the NDI technology, but every time, at the moment, religiously, the last 2 times I've updated Wirecast, it's broken. I don't know why. And it usually works like a dream. So it's every time I update, it breaks. I don't know why. So we've been using NDI. I was just thinking, Wirecast has a remote desktop presenter feature, and if you give me 3 minutes and do some talking in a moment, so get some ideas in your brain, then you can use that, but the latency on it is quite slow. So I was testing it just again the other day, thinking, is this an option? But you move the mouse, and then 1 second later the mouse moves. Now that's okay because it's not so time critical. Although saying that, the audio is coming in real time from my Soundcraft mixer, so you'll hear the jingles playing before the screen updates with the audio, if you see what I mean. It might be a bit disorienting, but if you think it might be better than nothing, right, Isabella? Otherwise you get the over-the-shoulder look, which is this view. I don't know. Yeah. You can either have over-the-shoulder in real time or a little bit delayed using...
what we will do is if we can't get this to work properly, then what we will do is maybe limit it to for you to produce 10 super chats, and we will do the rest of the show, because I think that definitely it's just less of an effect, if that makes sense.
Of course. But this is my big question. So my big question...
A lot of people say just OBS. Have you tried using OBS?
I can see OBS is flying through the chat. It's quite funny. Do you know what? I have a real love affair with OBS. I really, really have always liked OBS.
There you go.
And I thought, well, we've got to have professional software, so let's start using Wirecast.
And there you go. And there you have it.
and Wirecast is brilliant. It's really, really good. For lots of the stuff that I want to do, it's got hotkeys and stuff like that. I can switch views. It's got a great audio mixer and stuff like that. But I know a lot of you are saying use OBS. Blackmagic capture card. Oh, funny you mentioned that. That's interesting, Student FM. Thank you. But my question to you then, so obviously I can tell, from the chat, there are a lot of professionals who know what they're doing with live streaming. And so if you were using OBS, let me ask you this. Would you do exactly the same thing? Would you send an NDI feed of my Mac screen to OBS on the streaming server? So that's how we do it. The Mac and the streaming server are separate, okay? So that's to stop CPU bogging down my Mac so I can do audio production without whirring up the CPU to do live streaming. So I send this screen here, my Mac screen, to the streaming server, which is a PC, using NDI. So I have the way I do it right now, I have an instance of Wirecast loaded up on my Mac, and that just sends a clean NDI signal of my screen capture. That's it. And then it's picked up by the streaming PC, and that's how I show you what's going on my screen. With OBS, I could do the same thing. I could have OBS installed on the Mac, OBS on the streaming PC, and I could send... But then am I just doing the same thing? Is it going to crash? Or would you do it another way? So Wirecast has something called Remote Desktop Presenter. Again, it's over Ethernet, and it uses IP. And if you give me 3 minutes, I'll set that up in a minute, Isabella. But it's got loads of latency, so I don't think it's good for a live stream like this. The other options I've been thinking about or whirring through my head are, could I somehow send an HDMI feed of my Mac to the PC? Because we've got no shortage of HDMI inputs on the streaming server. That is one thing we don't have a shortage of. We have, it's a beast of a server. There are a ton of capture ports on it. So I've got loads of HDMI. I could probably even at a squeeze get an SDI port if I need an SDI port. So yeah, what is the best way? And then if I did HDMI, how would I take that out of my Mac? The crazy idea I had the other day, Isabella? I was looking into this because this NDI solution, while when it works, it's seamless. When it doesn't work, it's a pain. And I was actually thinking, can I go ahead and get myself an old gen, second or third gen Apple TV, and then can I AirPlay to the Apple TV and plug that via a very short HDMI cable into the back of the streaming server, and then connect the Apple TV to Ethernet. So, and my Mac is connected to Ethernet. So essentially, when I would AirPlay, the Apple TV would pick it up and send it via HDMI straight to the stream. Only problem with that is Apple, for some reason, have not upgraded AirPlay for years and years and years, meaning that the AirPlay signal is something like 1920 by 1080 or even less than that. It's very, very low quality. It doesn't look good. It looks a bit pixelated. Are you banging your microphone?
Sorry.
What's going on? What are you doing?
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I have managed to tread over the wire for my headphones.
Okay,
I needed to get them out because I've been like pulled down, you know.
I'm just going to read a few of these comments here to see what you're saying. Can you split the Mac screen? Yes. Actually, funnily enough, as it happens, I have 3 screens here for my Mac. This is a Mac screen. This is a Mac screen. And actually, this is the PC screen. But if I switch it over... That's also a Mac screen. Can you see that? That's so I've got 3 Mac screens. The way I do it at the moment, I do one display port out via VGA cable, very old kind of cable going there, and the other one is via what is it called? Something like it's one of those link cables you plug into a USB port on your Mac, and it creates a third display for you. So that's how I'm doing it at the moment with the screens here. So I don't know if that's a possibility. Doug says HDMI out from the Mac, might need an HDMI out dongle. I think I'm already pushing it on the amount of HDMI outs I have on the Mac already, but it's a good idea. Maybe that's a good idea. You can use HDMI to HDMI input. You need to set up either the Mac in extended screen or mirrored screen. This is interesting. Okay. This is very interesting. Pop Unlimited's head is exploding.
So
if it wasn't
mine.
a Mac, I'd say Elgato capture card. But being a Mac, not sure. What else have we got? Agree with OBS, Blackmagic capture card, HDMI. NDI is the best way, says Jordan. Just reading through some more of your comments. OBS. Have you thought about OBS? OBS. Really?
Have you thought of OBS? There you go.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think we might need to rethink some things, obviously. But I think. So, are you going to try and do that?
Yes, you take over now. Oh, yes. Geordie Boy 49 has mentioned Display Link. That's what I was trying to think. I already have a Display Link device plugged in. But I could sacrifice one of my monitors potentially to be a live stream. And HDMI would be the best way to do it because that's a cable.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing going wrong with that, right?
Nope, nothing wrong.
Unless someone
cable.
steps on it or snips it, right? Then it's
cables.
Okay.
Oh, and here I was thinking, I'm just going to send over to Mike a brand new preview of the new MRC t-shirts we're going to be putting on probably next week here to, and they're so awesome. And I was like, Mike can show them on his screen. He can't.
I will be able to soon. Give me a moment.
So there you go. So we might be able to give you a sneak preview of the shirts, and I would be really interested to know, what will be the favorites, so to speak. So let's have a look. We've got some really amazing designs by Sanjin, who has been here earlier in the comments, that's cool. And I was actually also going to say that earlier on, I've been obviously watching your comments coming in. Again, it's lovely to see new names popping up in the chat. New people joining in, but I am super excited to see that more ladies are joining in the show recently, and it's fantastic.
Right.
I'm really, really hugely passionate about it. I think that we should have more women in audio industry, so it's lovely to see when they pop up here.
Absolutely.
Which is great. So just as you are fixing things up, a quick reminder, we are about to be recording the super chat. So all the super chats or the upgrades that you've selected on the form, which I can see quite a few of you have decided to go for, we will record all of those first. Mike will then do the production of some of the super chats on the show, and those that we will not get to during the show, don't worry, they will still be produced. We will simply do it after the show, so they will be recorded and produced after the show. They all will be available to download at the regular link, simply mrc.fm/FJF. When you go to that page, there is a lovely landing page, and there is a button link to download from there, which will link you into our Google Drive directory where you can download all the jingles. Now, I did have somebody reaching out, I think it was last week, who said that you saved them all as one file and I can't get mine out of there. It's just a basic editing you will need to do. They come in as one large session file and you've got to find your super chat in there.
The most economical way we can do it.
But I guess in a way, good news for those who are really not keen to edit those out. Those super chats that we will not be able to do on the show, they will be saved individually and we will tag them as a name, your name, username as you submitted the super chat, so you'll be able to easily find it. But yeah, that's only possible if we did them off the show. How are you doing on your
Izabela, could you please send me the scripts, or the links to all the scripts? You can send them on Slack. I'm on Slack at the moment.
It's always the same link,
and the good news is I am
you managed to do it.
Pretty much done with setting this up. So that's my screen right there, and now I can flip to the remote desktop presenter, and yes, that's my screen. That's exactly how it looks right now. Now, just to show you the latency with remote desktop presenter, just so you can prepare yourself for this, you're obviously going to get the visuals now, which is good. So I'm going to tell you when I click to a new tab, and you'll see how long it takes. All right, I'm clicking to a new tab in Chrome now.
All right.
Oh, that's bad. Do you see how long that delay is?
Oh, gosh.
Hang on, let me do this again. I'm clicking to a new tab in Chrome now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 3, about 3 second delay.
That is too much for the...
So, well, let's. I know what. Let's ask the audience. So, what do you think? Should we do the over my shoulder look as I'm producing jingles, or would you prefer a screen share with 3 second delay that will look like this? So would you like this with 3 seconds delay, or this over my shoulder with 0 seconds delay? Just type 3 for the 3 second delay, or type 0 for 0 second delay over my shoulder. So 3 or 0. Vote now. Vote now
it's
in the chat.
Your hands.
3 or 0. 3 or 0. 3 second delay, you can see exactly what I'm doing. 0 second delay, you're looking over my shoulder. I know, the remote desktop presenter is unusable, frankly, in Wirecast.
There you go.
People are still shouting OBS in the chat. Like, OBS! Okay, I hear you loud and clear.
Oh dear. So I wonder whether you can bring up, since you are on Slack, can you bring up the preview of the t-shirt? So once you are voting, we are going to...
It's quite funny because at the moment, like, one person is saying 0 and the next person is saying 3. It's literally 0, 3, 0, 3.
No, it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Oh, is it? Not from where I'm looking right now.
No, look. All
the more zeros than 3s? I can see a lot of 3s.
Absolutely. No,
there are a lot of 0s, but hang on, there are some double 0s.
No.
Some people are doubling up on the 0. Now there's quite a few 0s. Okay.
Yeah, just vote once, please. Vote once.
Everyone wants the over-the-shoulder look.
Vote once. Vote once.
So instead of this terrible delayed look, we'll go for this look. And I might look into OBS, Izabela, for next week. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Should we?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, dear. I can zoom in. That's true. Hang on, I'm just going to load up Slack. So you tell us a bit about the designs I'm about to show.
Yeah. So have a look. I'm just curious to know what will the favorites be, and we can't really easily put names to them, I guess, like numbers to them. But you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 designs. There are 10 different t-shirt designs.
Hang on, I can do the screen share on this because it's just a static image. So, right, these are the t-shirt designs Izabela's talking about.
Yeah.
Created by the wonderful Sanjin, our MRC designer. And there they are in sort of zoomed out view. Let's ask you to vote on your favorite one. And why don't we do it so that people do it methodically? Now we've finished. Stop voting now on whether we should do screen share or over the shoulder.
Yeah,
we're doing over the shoulder.
We're doing over the shoulder.
But now I'm going to label these shirts. So let's do from left to right, top to bottom. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there are 10 shirts there, going from left to right, top to bottom, in order. Just type the number of your favorite shirt now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll zoom in and I'll show you each one, and I'll tell you which each one is. Just tell us your favorite one. Okay. This is shirt number 1, the white one with the blue MRC waves. This is shirt number 2, the green one with golden MRC waves and logo. This is shirt number 3, keep calm and produce on.
Are you able to bring it a little bit more?
A bit tighter.
No, bigger, because it's like you hardly can see it.
That's about as big as I can go. So this is shirt number 3 right here. This is shirt number 4 with a bit of retro vinyl and MRC waves flowing through there. This is shirt number 5, Live and Breathe Audio with some nice headphones. But that's I like this one. This is shirt number 6. Sorry, I'm getting biased here. This should be your decision, not mine. Shirt number 6. Who knows what that represents? That's quite cool. If you're in the New Age or healing community, probably be familiar with that.
One,
Audio Geek number 7. You're not supposed to influence the votes.
Sorry.
Audio Geek number 7. I like the headphones around the neck. They're very creative. Number 8. I work out my ears.
I really like
with
it
like
too.
sweat in the shape. It's supposed to be sweat in the shape of headphones. That's cool. That's shirt number 8. Shirt number 9. Audio Head with the kind of rim of a speaker around. That's cool. These are very clever. Sanchin's very, very good at what he does.
Very good at what he
And
does.
this is shirt number 10. Audio World is my kind of world.
Yeah, with all the stars around,
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here they are in zoomed out view.
Do you know? So which one is your favorite, Mike?
What do you think?
Which one is your favorite, Mike?
Oh my gosh, let me have a look. I don't know, because they're all good. I guess, like, if it's like, what shirt would I wear?
Yeah.
I would probably be most likely to wear shirts number 7 and 8. The Audio Geek and I work out with my ears.
Oh, nice.
So Audio Geek, I'd be happy to wear that in any scenario, particularly when I go to when this all ends, when I can go to conferences again. And the I work out with my ears. I'd wear that on the treadmill in the morning. I think
That's really cool.
Really cool.
No, that's really cool.
What about you, Iz?
For me, it's the Live and Breathe Audio. I really like that one. That's my favorite.
That's it's got nice light,
I really
bright
like
colours.
the one with chakras as well.
You've given the game away. Yeah, they are your chakras.
That's it. So hang on,
Your
let's have a
heart
look what
chakra,
you are
your solar
voting here.
plexus.
I'm curious to see what numbers are coming in.
Okay,
So,
what numbers are coming in?
So 5, 7, 4, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 5, 3, 2, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 3,
There's
3,
quite a lot of
7,
sevens.
2, 7, 3, 4, 7. I like all, but it's tricky. But 6 or 7, 2, 8, 7, 7, 1, 7, 8, 4,
Okay,
4.
so I
lots
think
of 4s and lots of 7s, essentially.
4s and 7s. So I think we're saying our favourite shirts, probably the most favourite shirt, according to you, the live stream viewer, is this one. I agree with you. I think you're right on that. Audio Geek, followed by 1, 2, 3. This one.
1, 2, 3. This one.
the vinyl with the MRC waves on, which again, that surprises me actually, because I wouldn't have popped that up in my favourites. But you know, the
lots
audience
of 1s and 2s, so people actually like the traditional branding with just an MRC logo and MRC waves.
So why are you teasing us with this, Izabela? Are these actually going to be available at any time?
When? They will be available.
When?
I'm hoping next week. So keep your eyes and peeled and open. And by the way, I'm working to get them to probably Sanchin speak like, oh really, Izabela? I've asked him to put it on like variety of different the shirts. So there will be obviously a lady's shirts, which is important. It's like, as a lady, I know how important it is to have a shirt that
fits
is
properly,
fits properly.
Hoodies.
Hoodies, yes.
Yep.
There will be hoodies, and there will be long sleeve tops and short, like just t-shirts. So, so we will put those out, and I'm really, really excited. And I hope that we will place an order for them to come in here, so we can start wearing them on the shows, and obviously trying them out and seeing how they actually look and feel.
My goodness, I'm just looking at the new type form you've used to collect all the jingles. There's hundreds, and look at all these jingles.
I know.
Oh my goodness, how are we ever going to do that? But we will. We're not leaving the studio. We are not getting out of here until we've done all of your jingles. Okay,
we'll do that.
That's a lot of jingles. So type form seems to have gone down well. You know, I think a lot of people enjoyed using that.
Yeah, which is wonderful to see. And also we've added a little place where you can put comments about your pronunciations and things like that, because we struggle sometimes with guessing as to, how do you pronounce a name in Thailand, somewhere, a village in Thailand or India, it just can get a little bit tricky at times. So, yeah, so it's good.
Absolutely. Okay. I think I've done enough talking.
Enough talking. Vince is already asking, what sizes will be available? I don't know yet. I will tell you. I think they will be from like small to XXXL. So I hope you will fit somewhere in between.
As long as Teespring can make it, then we'll do it.
Do it. Yeah. We will do it.
That's Free Jingle Friday. It's the year is 2020. We're in the month of April, and today is the day after Earth Day. It is the 24th of April, Izabela. 24th of April today.
Oh, Gert has such a great idea, by the way. He says you could just pick up one random free jingle each show and produce this as well. It's just like a lottery for viewers, which is such a good idea. We will think of it, Gert. Thank you. And by the way, if you ever have really good ideas, like Gert just had, and you wanted to share them, please feel free to email those over. Head on over to musicradiocreative.com. There is a contact page there. You can email us with any ideas, suggestions. They are all very welcome. So please do share
Indeed.
them along.
Right, shall we get stuck into super chats then and start recording? I've got Adobe Audition levels are all set and ready to go.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so shall I start first? Since you are second.
Okay, am I second? Am I looking at the right spreadsheet here?
I hope so.
Is it? We got True Hit Radio and then Call Southern FM.
But that one's for you, see? There's Mike.
Oh yeah, Mike at the end. Yeah, I can see that now.
So if I start.
Okie dokie, let's hit record here. And it's going. All right, cool. Izabela, it's over to you.
Right, okay.
With your nice new microphone.
Yay. Woohoo.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
Did you hit record?
No, I hit record and then I hit stop recording. How silly. That was a false start. Right, hang on, let me just close those files. Hit record again. Izabela, this time it's for realsies, mate.
It's for realsies. True Hit Radio, playing even more of your favorite music. Like this, coming next.
Call Southern FM anytime. 0390 886466.
If you never knew, now you do. You're listening to the real thing. Turn it up. Loud. Very, very loud.
Crunchy FM mashup on the Saturday night party mix. Oh, another one for me. From the village of Summerdale, another extra long mix starts now with Kenny on GN780 and Nola, playing the very best mix from the 80s, 90s, zeros, 10s and today. This is Ziggy Radio.
This is the midweek sesh with Andy Dighton.
Mm-hmm.
With Andy Dighton. Blind Cafe Radio presents the Tuesday Night Classic Country Show with your host,
Bow-legged,
Dr. Johnny Love.
Save Our Soul, your number one for R&B, pleasures and classic soul treasures. You're listening to the Monday Rock Show with Thomas and Andy Dighton.
Stay home, stay safe, and listen to East Lancs Radio with Chris Crook. You're listening to Awesome 80s with DJ Pat on Stimulator Radio, playing the best and feel-good music from new romantics to club classics.
Everyman Radio podcast interview with author Eric Twiggs with advice to help overcome procrastination.
All the hits and more on Sesh Radio. Your coronavirus roundup from the GDPR Weekly Show.
This is the Monday Rock Show on Sesh Radio.
Wake up with Mac. Yes, Steve Mac on Fall Valley Radio.
Crank up the volume. Asa Benz spinning only the finest tunes from the 90s. But what year are we going back to next?
Halo Music Management and CMS Media present Charlotte Elizabeth and Simon Birds and welcome you to Ain't Going Down podcast. Country music from a different perspective.
Helping you tackle the tags tree and leading you down the road of remediation. It's Dax Castro.
Stay tuned for classic. Stay tuned for classic Nashville hits with. Stay tuned for classic Nashville hits with Summit Country's Lost 45s with your host and radio legend John Gant and Kyle Sith. John Gant and Kyle Sith Independent Radio.
John Nat on Kilsith Independent Radio.
Sorry. John Nat on Kilsith Independent Radio.
And now, the rest of this week's news.
Oh yeah, it's about that time. Jay Valeria in the mix, bringing you the hottest tunes to the fullest. Get ready for Jay Valeria.
You listen to your favorite online radio, Outlaw Entertainment Radio, your high-energy party vibes radio.
Anzac Day on Crunchy FM, lest we forget. DJ Ian B in the mix.
Johnny is not as good as the rest. He is not the best. So listen up, and he will give it his best shot.
It's Bob Bonnett's banger. And then they are for you, the two.
It's Bob Bonnet's banger.
It's Bob Bonnet's banger.
You're listening to the Great American Songbook Show with your host, Steve Selwood.
It's you.
Intro welcome to Double D Do Business. Your hosts are husband and wife team Dave Evans and Debbie Halls-Evans.
Oh, hang on, no. You've got to just do one, because there are two scripts in there, so I think that you need to do that.
Okay, do the
There
first bit. Okay. Welcome to Double D Do Business. Your hosts are husband and wife team Dave Evans and Debbie Halls-Evans.
Bonnie D'Souza in the mix.
You're watching Disco Dan, The Lockdown, with your host, DJ Dan.
Join us for another block party weekend, starting now. Party on with your favorite artists from the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. It's BYOB, and a side dish is optional. The house.
Paul's cards.
No, it's mine as well. Paul's cards, hand-drawn birthday cards and A4 size laminated name plaques created for children. bluepigscards.co.uk.
Radio Alti in the afternoon with Stephen Carlton Woods.
Woo! We've done it.
There we go.
We've
that
recorded
is
those.
everything in terms of super chats, which is really, really good fun.
There we go. So, yeah, no, that's really good. And, you know, now recording quite a lot of scripts with the new mic, which I could see again in the comments, people saying, is that the Lewitt 440? Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
So it's still very sibilant. I wonder whether we can work with the EQ on that too, like with the
Hang
DBX.
on, let me turn your DBX right up. Say, she sells seashells on the seashore.
She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells.
I just turned your sibilants right the way up there.
She sells seashells on the seashore. Seashells on the seashore. Seashells on the seashore.
Go on.
She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Is that better?
I think it is a little bit, maybe.
Okay, it is quite a top-endy kind of mic, but that's okay.
Yeah,
you sound good.
Yeah,
You definitely sound good.
It sounds really good. Yeah, there were just moments where you can kind of like pick it up, and it's like, yeah.
Okie dokie.
Tweaks.
So I'm just going to save out those files, Izabela. Mm-hmm. And then what's coming up after I produce the super chats? What's happening next?
So I think that because we are doing the over-the-shoulder view, let's just produce the first 10.
No, I'm going to try and do them all.
Really?
I'll do them all and I'll break it up. Don't worry, I'll make it entertaining, if that's what you're worried about.
I really, really, really would suggest that we do a few. Not all, honestly. And we can take some calls.
What, while I produce the rest?
No, we will produce the rest after the show, because obviously you can't, as a viewer, you can't really see what you are doing. Right?
Oh.
And that's what people come here for. They want to see Ninja Mike in action, as in like exactly what do you do to make things sound the way they do. Yeah.
Yes.
So
True.
let's do 10, and then we will do the rest. The rest will be done after the show. And don't worry, before you will be like, so will I have to be sitting here and doing all the super chats? I will give them to producers. Is that all right? Mike just had a big sign. I just know this guy so well, like through and through. I can read his mind. So there you go. So don't worry. So we will do the rest after the show. So it may be that you will have those ready by Monday. It could be sooner, and I will make sure that our customer service team is essentially, as soon as they are produced, they land in that folder for you. So keep on checking. They will all be available at mrc.fm/FJF. There is a little download button link, so follow that. As I know, it will be far more entertaining for you. It will be far less entertaining for you if you have to watch Mike over his shoulder because you won't see the detail, right?
Yes. All right. Yes. Well, without further ado, let's hop in and let's start producing a few of these. So yeah, you can kind of see just the mini waveforms kind of moving around on the screen, which is okay, but like you say, it's not as entertaining as the real thing, is it? As actually being able to see the screen, which unfortunately is too delayed using the other solution from our streaming software. So this is what we're going with right now. And then we'll look into other ways of getting this screen share working well.
We can do that. So I don't presume you can move your camera closer to you, can you? Like, can you actually physically move
I can
the
try
camera?
and zoom this camera in if you give me a second.
Yeah, you can just have a look if that is going to make a difference, because obviously otherwise it's just quite tricky to see from that kind of distance. So yeah, so Mike is working on it. So we'll see what we can do.
Is that better? Does that look better?
I can't see it yet.
I zoomed it in a little bit. Does that look better? What do you think?
I can't see it. There's a delay.
How does that look? That's kind of a little bit better. You can at least see a little bit closer now. So yeah, I think that's better than it was before with a bit of zoom there.
Yeah. True Hit Radio, playing even more.
Okay, so we'll just crack on. Actually, you know what? Actually, this view, if I got it really tight in on the screen, this could be the new view. It could be like over Mike's shoulder rather than screen and screen. Or do you prefer screen and screen? Probably prefer screen and screen, right?
Yeah, it is better screen.
The actual clean screen share is better than...
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There we go. Anyway, we got what we got.
Well, that is better. That is definitely better, so...
Good.
Yeah.
Much better. Okay.
Which production library are you using today, by the way?
Number 5.
We are still with number 5. Radio. Playing even more of your favorite music. Like this. Coming next.
Oh, that's nice. That sounded good. I quite like that. So that's the first. This is number 2. Coming on here. Pull this in.
Call Southern FM anytime.
And some phone sound effects here. See what we got. Have we got any phone? Maybe static. I'm just going to go to another library actually for a second. Let's have a look here. We're looking for phone, yes. So this is a phone sound effect from... This is from Effects Library 4. It's just got that touchtone.
Call Southern FM anytime. 0390.
Hang on, now we need a pad. Actually, sorry, I'm moving to library number 4 now, okay?
Okay.
I decided I wanted library number 4. Because I think I used library 5 last week, so...
Call Southern FM anytime.
Let's make this kind of crossfadey bit here. And... like that.
0390 886466.
We just need to move that out a bit.
66.
Perfect. And then we'll go to the next jingle. Oh, I'm zooming all over the place at the moment. Let's bring this one into play. Let's see what we got here. So this is coming in. We got this.
If you never knew, now you do.
And that's a nice breaker sound effect. And then we'll go to this. It's a bit of a stutter delay.
You're listening to the real thing. Turn it up.
Turn it up. Needs to be a little bit cut in there. There we go.
The real thing. Turn it up.
Oh, no, that's not quite right. We're going to need to, like, echo that out a little bit. It should be such a simple thing to share a screen seamlessly, right? just seems
Turn it up. Loud.
loud.
Yeah, this looks much, much better.
Good.
Loud.
Sorry.
That's okay. Loud. Very, very loud.
Yeah, it's it's good for what it is, right? Let's move this one in over here. Alright, Crunchy FM, here we go.
Crunchy FM mashup on the Saturday night party mix.
Okay, that's there.
Crunchy FM mashup on the
Alright, let's move this down here and pop this up here.
mashup on the Saturday night party mix.
That's cool. And then we've got this one.
From the village of Summerdale, another extra long mix starts.
I think that's going to be there. So let's pull that in.
From the village of Summerdale, another.
Let's make that earlier.
From the village of Summerdale, another extra long mix starts now with Kenny on GM.
And then we need to EQ that baby up. So let's just move that there and pop it in.
With Kenny. GN. With Kenny on GN780 and Nola.
And then we need
play Anola. Playing the very best mix from the 80s.
Oops, not that one. That's going to be a little trailer there at the end.
Playing the very best mix from the 80s, 90s, zeros, 10s, and today. This is Ziggy Radio.
And is Ziggy Radio maybe pops out here?
Is Ziggy Radio.
Let's make that quieter and more stereo by doing this and this to it.
This is Ziggy Radio.
That's cool. Thanks, Mr. Raslo, saying, my presets awesome, use them every day. Can't wait to see V 3.0. I know a lot of you are asking about 3.0. Thank you, Mr. Raslo. That's so awesome of you. So very cool. So cracking through some more here. More stuff. Zoop. They're just very quick for creating stuff.
This is the Midweek Sesh with Andy Dighton.
With Andy Dighton, yes, that's right. So we'll pop that in down there. Pull that in over there. Push that like that.
Is the Midweek Sesh with Andy Dighton.
Simple as that.
Night Cafe Radio presents the Tuesday Night Classic Country Show with your host, bow-legged Dr. Johnny Love.
So let's see what we got in terms of country effects. Yay. Down now.
Call now, y'all.
Call now, y'all. This is cool. So let's bring that in to start with. So we'll start with this here.
Blind Cafe Radio presents the...
And we're going to need to pump that over there and insert a little...
presents the Tuesday Night. So I have a question. Now that you've produced a few jingles, can we just get a your perspective from somebody who's watching? Is that okay enough? Can you see everything okay? Do you want Mike to produce all of the super chats that way?
Yeah, I'm happy to do like the whole lot if this is watchable for you. But if you're like, I can't see what he's doing, this is not very interesting, please move on, then we'll pass it on to one of our producers to do after the show. But I'm more than happy to produce all the super chats. I would in fact love to produce all the super chats right now. So let me know in the chats. Let us know, right, Izabela? Good question. But we've done our best with the camera zoom there to keep it engaging.
By the way, I love it. There is one person who put a thumbs down on the, under the video, and Chris is like, so who disliked this?
Whoa!
So, it's okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I just love how passionate people are in the comments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, let's crack on.
So, yes, that's fine. Great view. Keep going. I can see perfectly. This is fine. It's watchable. Yes, let's go continue. It's fine. Okay, so we're good. We will do all. No problem.
Thank you. Cool.
Presents the Tuesday Night Classic Country Show with your host.
Bow-legged Dr. Johnny Love.
Now, actually, let's just extend that out so I don't lose anything. Let's get rid of those over there. So,
Number 1 for R&B, pleasures and classic soul treasures.
let's move this in over here.
Number 1 for R&B, pleasures and
All right, let's go in from there.
Save Our Soul. Save Our Soul, your number 1 for R&B, pleasures and classic soul treasures. Our soul. Our soul. Our soul.
It sounds like an offensive word.
This is a family show.
You
What are
were
you
just
doing?
saying openly here, asshole.
It's Save Our Soul. What's offensive about that, Izabela? Will you stop it? I'm sure nobody in the chat was thinking the same thing there.
Yeah.
Let's just hang on. I really need to just zoom in on this this part of the jingle for a second. Let's just edit this.
Our soul. Our soul. Our soul. Your number.
We'll get banned by YouTube in a minute. It's like, this is a family-friendly show.
Yeah, can you stop
and
it?
labeled as
Can
such.
you just stop
No,
it?
I'm making
Can
no
you
reference
just
there.
stop
The jingle says "Save Our Soul." Okay.
Save Our Soul, your number 1 for R&B, pleasures and classic soul treasures. You're
Oh my
listening.
god.
I'm never going to listen to that jingle in the same way again now. And it's all your fault, by the way, Izabela.
No, blame who's jingle
You're the
is
one
it?
who started it.
Hang on. Whose
Everyone
jingle
was
is it?
sitting here in
Whose
innocence.
jingle is it? I'm going to have a look.
Everyone had come in to watch a jingle stream about creating jingles in Adobe Audition. And what do they get? Something offensive. We'll be banned in a minute. Anyway,
Where is it, asshole?
let's crack on.
I can't even see it. Where is it?
Save Our Soul.
Oh, save.
Paul says the lady who was worried about... No, I'm not going to read that out. This is a family-friendly show. Let's just move on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, let's just move on. Shall I keep producing? I think if you get it, you get it. Right, okay, let's play this.
Save Our Soul, your number 1 for R&B, pleasures and classic soul treasures.
What a name for a radio station! I'm sorry, I know you've super chatted and you've spent money on this. So I apologise that we're... I really apologise that we're giggling at your jingle.
This is... Tio, who has submitted that script, I think you may need to consider changing the name of your show. And actually, there was a recent story in the popular media. There was one, I can't remember which celebrity it was. She had to change the name of her child because when said with the middle name, it just sounded like something totally offensive. And it was like, when you said it really fast, and you only realize it when somebody points it out.
Just like, you got to be so careful. I'm sure a lot of my radio friends watching now will relate to this. The BBC, Nikki Campbell one morning said the West Kent Hunt, but kind of unfortunately said it in a really bad way.
Yeah, hang on, I need to Google it.
So if you actually Google Nikki Campbell West Kent Hunt, I'm saying that very carefully. Anyway, let's move on.
I'm going to find who that child was. Hang on.
Right, hang on. I've got to produce this jingle, Izabela. You're making me giggle about it.
I find it. I find it. Oh, yeah. There was Gina Tell. But when you say it super fast, it's like Gina Tell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where you're going. Just stop. Stop.
Genital.
Stop.
Genital.
Just please. Will you stop? Stop this now.
Sorry.
Otherwise, we're going to have to increase our rating on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they'll demonetize us.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
All right. Moving on. By the way, there are no offensive words or there's nothing offensive about this stream at all.
Save our soul. Save our soul.
We're simply commenting on a jingle that we're making right now. All right, and now I need to complete this jingle.
Save Our Soul, your number one for R&B, pleasures, and classic soul treasures. You're listening to the Monday Rock Show with Thomas and Andy Dighton.
Okay, that's two different jingles. So let me finish the Arsehole jingle. What?
Can you just... It's Save Our Soul.
That's what I said, the Arsehole jingle. That's what I'm finishing.
Seriously, just stop it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's cool. Let's use that.
Soul.
Hang on, I'm going to use the little vocal clip
You
in
might
there.
just need to put that Save Our Soul thing and put it as one of your buttons, and just play it occasionally.
No.
Save Our Soul.
No.
Save Our Soul.
Save Our Soul. Your number one for...
And that's going to go in here. We need definitely a little bit of a beat here coming in. What have we got here? Anything interesting that we can use? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not going to stutter the R bit. Chris. Let's pop that in and do a false
Your
ending.
number one for R&B, pleasures, and classic soul treasures.
Perfect. Okay, right. Let's move on. We're on to the next jingle now. Okay, let's move on.
You're listening to the Monday Rock Show with Thomas and Andy Dighton.
Okay, let's go to sound effects here. Beat effects.
You're listening to the Monday Rock Show with Thomas and Andy Dighton.
Oh, if it's a rock show, we definitely need a rock effect in there. Let's pop that in. Oh, this might be appropriate in around here.
You're listening to the Monday Rock Show with Thomas and Andy Dighton.
That's cool. Okay, on to the next thing. I'm glad you're enjoying this peek over Mike's shoulder this week to create jingles for y'all. What we got here? Oh, that's something. Okay, let's place that in there. Pop that in.
Stay home, stay safe.
And we need another bit. Stay home, stay safe.
Stay safe and listen to...
And then it's going to go... it's getting rocky now.
And listen to East Lancs Radio with...
And then the with Chris Crook needs to be up here.
Radio with Chris...
No, not that one.
Radio with Chris Crook.
There are definitely going to be some parts of the preset in version 3.0 when we get onto putting that one out that will be altered. Some effects will be modified, some new effects will be introduced, some even smoother workflows. So I'm looking forward to completing that project.
You're listening to Awesome 80s with DJ Pad.
Okay, let's do a visual there. Okay.
Playing the best and feel-good music. You're listening to Awesome 80s with DJ Pad.
Oh, I get asked this a lot. Is it okay to be on the Reds mic, says DJ Willie. And my answer to that is yes, absolutely. In Adobe Audition, I can show you, actually. Let's go to this view. And I'll just, I'll play it being delay.
You're listening to Awesome 80s with DJ Pat.
Okay, that was a terrible delay, but you got to see the meters moving at least. They weren't moving in time with the audio because our screen share is out this week. But in that case, they're in the red. But that's okay because I'm doing everything behind the scenes at nice levels. And then when we get to the last bit, we boost up the amplitude of the overall signal before we get to the master chain. And then on the master chain, I've got a limiter, a hard limiter that says do not go above -1 dB. So there's never going to be any peaks or any distortion. So yes, it's fine. And in terms of jingles, we want them to kind of be loud and in your face. So that's what I'm doing.
You're listening to Awesome 80s with DJ Pad.
With DJ Pat.
To Awesome 80s with DJ Pad on Stimulator Radio, playing the best in.
And then we're going to move this up here.
Playing the best and feel-good music from New Romantics. From New Romantics to Club
I
Classics.
hear that clicking as well.
That's okay, don't worry. New Romantics.
Romantics
To Club Classics. And we just need another. That's it. That's
playing the best and feel-good music from New Romantics to Club Classics.
There we go. And that's the end of that one. Let's move on to this one now over here.
And just a quick, can I just interject very briefly?
Yes. Go on.
As a couple of questions came about the sound effects you are using in the chats. The latest coming from Jamie, who's asking where is a good place to grab the sound effects that you are using. Jamie, simply head on over to mrc.fm/SFX. All of those sound effects that Mike is using are our own libraries that are available to purchase right now. Which library have you settled on using in the end?
I'm using Music Radio Creative Production Library number 4.
Okay,
today.
so if you give me literally 3 minutes, it's all going to be linked in on mrc.fm/FJF, so you will be able to, you'll be able to see it through there.
Absolutely. Very, very
just
cool
had a moment
indeed. So yeah, we're going to get on to the next thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes?
The next thing.
Yes. Okay. The next thing. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted and carried away there. But yes, we're into the jingles, which are on the screen in front of me right now. Whoa, just lost my place. I'm all over the place at the moment. Right.
Everyman Radio podcast interview with.
Okay, so this is going to bring in another little bit of audio there, and then we're going to do this.
Everyman Radio podcast interview with author Eric Twiggs.
Okay, let's do this and this.
Twiggs with advice. Twiggs with advice to help overcome.
I was procrastinating over getting that sounding right. There we go.
Twigs with advice to help overcome procrastination.
Let's pop in a little.
Twigs with advice to.
No, maybe not that one.
Twigs with advice to help
overcome procrastination. Cool. Okay, moving on to the next bit over here, and we're going to be using this.
This is the
Actually, quite a few jingles there, so let's cut those all up. Make sure we're on the same page here. Okay. Let's zoom in and move this over here. All the hits. Now let's see what we can do here.
Your coronavirus roundup from the GDPR.
Okay.
All the hits and more on Sesh Radio.
Little zip in there.
And more on Sesh Radio.
And then we're going into this one with a riser.
Your coronavirus roundup from the GDPR weekly show.
Okay, that's just going to go up there, and that's going to move over there.
Roundup from the GDPR weekly show.
Okay, next one coming in right now along here. Let's push this down over here. See what we got.
This is the Monday Rock Show.
Okay, more rock.
Sesh Radio.
That's good. We like that because I've got some rock effects in Production Library 4. Oh, that's a bit lame for this one. That could work.
This is the Monday Rock Show on Sesh Radio.
That's cool, actually. I just love it when, like, the sound effects fit the flow you're going for.
Rock Show on Sesh Radio.
Bit of double on the end, and it's good.
And the library, I've linked it in now. It's mrc.fm/FJF. You'll be able to find a link.
On the website.
We have a special kind of segment in there with free Jingle Friday favorites, so things that we use on the show that you can get in our store.
Oh, that's very cool that you've done that. Okay, well, let's keep going. A free Jingle Friday section of the store. That's awesome.
Wake up with...
Oh, no, don't even dare.
Don't do that.
Don't dare going there.
Wake up with Mac. Yes.
Okay, this is going to be a little stutter up here.
With Mac. Yes. Steve Mac on 4. With Mac. Yes.
No, hang on. Let's move this down over here.
Up with Mac. Yes. Steve Mac on 4 Valley Radio.
There we go. Let's top and tail that. Moving this in here. This is going to need some kind of extra in, so let's get it on. That's going to be cool.
Crank up the volume. Izabela's.
Crank up the volume needs to be doubled.
Crank up the volume.
And then this is coming in here.
Volume. Izabela. Volume. Izabela spinning only the finest tunes from the 90s. But what year are we?
Okay, let's move that down here. And a fade here, and a fade there. And, do you know what? Let's move that there, and that there.
Next.
That's cool. That's a little end part there. Okay, still moving on. Still a fair amount of jingles to produce here.
Yeah, well, as I say, we don't need to go through all.
But we can, if you like. And that's why people turn up, right?
I know, yeah.
For the jingles.
Oh, for the jingles. We.
Hello Music Man.
Let's make that right. There we go.
Halo Music Management and CMS Media present Charlotte Elizabeth and...
Alright, this is where we're going to move this up here and just pull this one in a bit.
Present Charlotte Elizabeth and Simon Birds. And welcome you to...
Let's move that in a bit. Whoops.
Ain't Going Down podcast.
That's going to go up there, and that's going to go in there. And we'll pop this in here.
Ain't Going Down podcast. Country music from a different perspective.
And just on that last bit about country music, a lot of country music effects required this week.
There you go. Chris is saying, couldn't you just design a frequency preset that doesn't make Izabela sound like a ladyboy?
Oh.
Podcast.
Can you have an Izabela preset there? Could I have like?
Yes.
Do you think that over the years of being married to you and putting up with all of your weird quirks, sometimes, do you think I deserve my own preset in your
Isabela's pro presets? Yes.
Do you think I could deserve a special vocal effect preset just for my voice?
We can work on it.
That would make my day. In fact, that would make my entire year. I would be like, wow.
Helping you tackle the tags.
I made it.
Let's do it.
There you go.
Let's do it. I like that idea.
Helping you tackle the tags.
Oh, let's do that again. By the way, it is going to be Ask Me Anything coming up with Izabela soon. So very soon you'll be able to hop on and
Very soon.
ask Izabela any question you like.
Helping you tackle the tags tree and leading you down the road of remediation. It's Dax Castro.
All right, we just need to throw in some extra bits here. So let's get in a few glitches. We've got plenty of them. We've got a plethora of glitches this week, so let's throw that in.
Tree and leading you down the road.
Okay.
Tree and leading you down the road of remediation. It's Dax Castro.
Okay, Dax Castro, you need a little bit of extra stuff here, so let's just move that up there.
It's Dax Castro.
Nice. Okay, on to the next, which is coming in.
Stay tuned for classic Nashville hits with... Sorry.
All right, let's start that one again from there.
John Gant and Kyle Sith. John Gant and Kyle Sith Independent Radio.
John Nat on Kills.
Yeah, let's just mix that up.
And now, the rest of this week's news.
Okay, that's a separate jingle there. All right, let's get those out of the way. And let's move this back in over here. See what we can do with this. It's quite far away. Okay. So we'll bring that in, and we'll bring a pad. Oh, we got options. I like options. Here we go. Okay, so let's start this where it's supposed to, which will be about there.
Stay tuned for classic Nashville hits with Summit Country.
Okay, let's move this up here.
It's with Summit Country's law. It's with Summit Country's. It's with Summit.
Let's move that in a bit.
Classic Nashville hits with Summit Country's Lost 45s with your host and radio legend, John.
Then this needs to just come in nicely off the bat.
Legend, John Nat on Kilsif Independent Radio.
That's the one. And now we're... Oh, I should be saving my session. Always save your session. It's so important. Save session. Good. Okay, now we're in the clear. Let's move this over here. No, I don't want that. I want something like this. No, not that. So that's an inner and an outer there. So we'll have that like that and that like that. It should do the job.
And now, the rest of this week's news.
Just tighten that up. Fade it in at the start.
And now, the rest of this week's news.
Cool. That's good. And then we've got this one over here. So that's going to hop in with that. And then we're going to move on to something a bit special. There we go. So this will come in like this.
Oh yeah, it's about that time. Jay Valeria.
And then we'll pull that up here.
Jay Valeria in the mix, bringing you the
In the mix. We need a gap there with a bit of punctuation. Let's do that.
mix, bringing you the hottest tunes to the fullest.
All right, let's bring in one of these.
Bringing you the hottest tunes to the fullest. To the fullest. Get ready.
Get ready needs to be kind of... Oh. Hang on. So we're copying here, pasting there, and pasting there.
Get ready for J
And then this is going to come in on the end.
For J Valeria.
There we go. Okay, we're getting there. We're making really good progress. Saving out again and taking a look here. Okay. That's good. So as you can see, busy session today. And actually, let me see if I can zoom all the way out and show you right now. That is what the session is looking like today.
Ooh, how many have you got left?
Only a few, nearly done now. And the reason actually that we're not following, for those of you who've just joined in on the live stream, maybe you come in late, maybe you're just brand new, you're just checking out what this is. This is a live stream where we make jingles, we do audio stuff, we work with Adobe Audition, we take voiceovers, we take sound effects, we take bits of music, and we mix it all together and make something amazing. That's basically the premise of this live stream in a nutshell. So if you're wondering why you're not able to follow along with me on the screen share, that's because our streaming software packed in with NDI again. So I'm giving you the over-the-shoulder look. Is that okay, Izabela? Is that all right?
That looks really good.
It'll do. Okay.
It will do.
All right, let's crack on because we're nearly there. So
Crack on.
let's do this. Let's going in right here, and we'll play this.
You listen to your favorite online radio, Outlaw Entertainment Radio, your high-energy party vibes radio.
Okay, let's go for something from maybe the music area there. Let's see what we got.
Happy St. Patrick.
Where is it?
Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's nice.
I'm a bit busy.
You listen to your favorite online radio.
Let's take that swipe and use it somewhere else.
Swiper. No swiping.
Swiping.
You listen to your favorite online radio, Outlaw Entertainment Radio.
That's cool. I like the way Outlaw syncs up with the beat there.
Outlaw Entertainment Radio, your high-energy party vibe.
We need like an explosion at the end. That's what I'm thinking. So let me just make this false reverb.
Party Vibes Radio.
Okay, and we'll go back to the sound effects. Let's see if we've got something appropriate there to do a like big boom out. Not quite what I had in mind. Ooh-wee. Come on. Actually, that'll probably work. Just the last bit of it. And we'll save the first bit of it for the next jingle. So that's going to go in there.
Party Vibes Radio.
That works. Okay, let's move on. And we've got a few more things here and there to do. There we go. Zip, zip. Move this in over here. Move this in over here.
Anzac Day on Crunchy FM.
We need another one. No, that's too intense. Let's go for something different.
Lest we forget.
Let's just use the first bit of that and chop it there.
GFM. Lest we.
No, that's not going to work, is it? Let's move that in.
GFM. Lest we forget.
That works. Okay, moving onwards with this. On we go. And we go.
DJ Ian B.
It can go in the middle there.
B in the mix.
And then in the mix. mix. We'll go down here.
In the mix.
That's cool. Nicely done. This will go here.
Not as good as the rest. He is not the best. So Johnny is not as good as the rest. Johnny is not as good as the rest. He is not the best. So listen up. So listen up. Listen up, and he will give it his best shot.
There we go. Okay. Let's move it into the next.
It's Bob Bannett's banger. And then they have...
Let's just tighten that. Pop that over here.
It's Bob Bonnet's banger.
You're listening to the...
Alright, so we're going to bring this in. And we really need something with a drone.
It's Bob Bonnet's banger.
Banger obviously needs the obligatory done to it.
Banger.
Yep.
Banger. Banger.
Chop that little breath at the end and we're good. This is coming in here.
You're listening to the Great American Songbook Show with your...
And then we'll punctuate it with one of these.
Songbook Show with your...
Alright, let's move that up there.
With your host... With your host, Steve Selwood.
And let's end that out nicely as well.
Steve Selwood.
Get rid of that tail. We don't really need that. And we're nearly there. Nearly there now. Zooming this over. Ask Me Anything with Izabela is coming up in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And you can ask any question you fancy to Izabela.
Yeah, you can ask me anything.
Debbie
Literally
Halls
anything.
Evans.
Oh, hang on, no. You've got to just do it.
Let's bring this in like that. And this in like this. So this is coming in over here.
Welcome to Double D Do Business.
Let's bring in a pad at this stage.
D Do Business. Your hosts are husband and wife team. Your hosts are husband and wife team.
And then we need to put that up in the EQ section.
And wife team. Dave Evans. And wife team. Dave Evans and...
Let's cut out those breaths if we can. Dave Evans.
Dave Evans and Debbie Halls Evans.
There we go. All right. We're very, very nearly there. What have we got here?
Bonnie D'Souza in the mix.
Oh, I love those kind of jingles. The in the mix, in the mix.
In the mix.
No, it's mine as well. Postcards, hand-drawn birthday cards, and
Okay, so we got this here. Okay, we're very, very nearly there. So let's move this one over here. So what I'm intending to do with this is stick that there, stick that outro over there, and we'll end up with something like this.
Bonnie D'Souza in the mix.
And then I'm going to move this over here, pop that here. It's got a nice drone to it. I like that one. Let's pop that in there.
Disco Dan, The Lockdown with your... You're watching Disco Dan.
The Lockdown.
The lockdown.
Actually, let's try this.
Another The Lockdown. Another The Lockdown with your host, DJ.
And then obviously that needs to go up here.
With your host, DJ Dan.
There we go. And then we got this one.
Join us for another block party weekend, starting now. And 90s. It's
And what have we got over here?
cards, hand-drawn birthday cards, and A4 plagues created for children. bluepigscards.co.uk.
Okay, so we got just a few more now. So this one is going in here. 2 minutes. Ask Me Anything with Izabela coming up.
Join us for another block party weekend, starting now.
Let's bring in the hits.
Get those questions in, guys and girls.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is the best part of the show.
Oh, yes.
And
Hands
starting
down.
now. Party on with your favorite artist.
Because you get to hear everything.
You get to hear everything.
Unedited and live.
Unedited, unfiltered by Mike.
Party
Usually I get
on with your
the
favorite artists from the 60s, 70s,
70s.
70s, 80s, and 90s.
We just need a little beep at the end to conclude that. So let's grab one.
And 90s. And 90s.
That's it. And then this is coming in here.
It's BYOB. And a side dish is optional. The house. The house.
Okay, I think we're nearly there. 2 more.
You did well actually today.
Thanks. What, you mean in rate of how fast I worked or just in general?
Yeah.
Cool.
Postcards, hand-drawn birthday cards, and A4 size laminated name plagues created for children.
I almost said Polska there.
Bluepigscards.co.uk.
Pardon me.
I almost said Polska. Look, Polscards. Polska.
Yes, Polska.
Polska as in Poland.
Mówię po polsku?
Tak.
There we go. Very good. Polscards.
Polska.
Yeah.
Polska.
Does sound like that.
Yeah.
Right, let's do this last one here. This is the last jingle.
Get those questions in.
Radio Alti in the afternoon with Stephen Carlton Woods.
Okay, let's put this over here. Stephen
Carlton Woods.
Bit too separate.
Carlton Woods.
Stereo.
Carlton Woods.
Okay, that's the sesh from today. Let's
Wee-hee.
actually do something for Instagram. As occasionally,
Oh, we're doing Instagram. Yeah, good. You know,
yeah, you should be doing it too. I'm at I Mike Russell, by the way, on Instagram. Let's try and make that mic flag straight, and then a little cheeky peek over the mic. How does that look? Okay, cool.
Nice.
I'm going to pop that on Instagram in just a moment. I am at iMikeRussell on Instagram. You can follow me, iMikeRussell on Instagram. It's just Mike Russell, all one word with an I in front of it, kind of like Apple do with their products. So what I'm going to do is this big monster session that's going up on my Instagram in a second is going to be mixed down.
You just made yourself sound like a Apple product.
Yeah, well, Mike Russell was clearly already taken. So I had to add a trendy letter, and A Mike Russell is too generic. I am Mike Russell. That's where it comes from. I Mike Russell. Robot. I Mike Russell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Izabela,
Yeah.
it's over to you.
Over to me.
This is Ask Izabela Anything.
Yay!
On Free Jingle Friday. For the next few minutes, you can ask anything you like, and Izabela will do her best to answer. And then we'll be recording your free jingles before the end of the show, of course, that you've typed into our sparkly new type form.
Yay! absolutely. So, I can see I've got quite a few questions that came in already. So I will draw my attention to those in just a second. Before I do, just a quick reminder, if you would like to get presets just like the ones that Mike is using on today's show, simply head on over to mrc.fm/presets, where you can find them. It's something created specifically to help you kind of really streamline your not podcast production, no, your process of production, jingle production process, make it super swift, just as you've seen Mike do. Obviously, he's a ninja, like an audio ninja, but that is another story. And a quick reminder, because we will be drawing the winners in just a second. If you haven't already, head on over to mrc.fm/licked, which is LICKD, for license that first track, absolutely free, and you will be in a chance of winning one of those wonderful Music Radio Creative mugs. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to download that first track, because not only will you be in a draw today, but you will be in the draw in the coming weeks as we continue with that promotion. So you could have one of those lovely mugs heading your way if you license your first track with Licked. That's mrc.fm/licked. And now turning my attention to your wonderful questions. So let's have a quick look. What have we got here? We've got Scott saying, what is Mike's most annoying habit? Oh, that's a tough one. Right. His most annoying habit. You know, I'm kind of a little bit biased here, because obviously he is my husband and I love him to bits, even his annoying habits, all right? I love every single bit. So it's hard to talk about most annoying habits from a person you really deeply love. But if I was to pick one most annoying habit... most annoying habit. Gosh, do you know, I would say, I mean, those are just little things. Oh, yes, there is one. Okay, it came to me. There is one thing, and we have a constant battle in our house with this. Well, not like a battle, but, you know, friendly battle. So Mike is one of those people who really likes to have windows open, but his windows open policy includes windows open and wind sweeping through the house, literally wind sweeping through the house. So you walk in and you feel like you are outside, okay? Whereas I am naturally very cold person, and I do like my comfy, you know, kind of nice and warm. So we have this thing. So Mike's annoying habit is the fact that he opens all the windows when it's like 3 degrees outside Celsius, and it's like freezing cold, and I just feel like I've just stepped outside, even though I've just stepped out of my bed, for example. So there you go. There is one. If I must pick one. Bjorn is asking, do you have a short link to leave a review? You will need to clarify where that review would be left, and then I can tell you. DJ Willie is saying, Izabela, how do you keep your pronunciation clear like that? I mean, do you do any training, and what is it? It's, I guess, years, and I mean literally like a decade of listening to voiceover artists. And when I say listening, it's probably near enough, like maybe sometimes 300 sessions a month, maybe more. You know? So you kind of, after a while, you kind of get a grip of this. Okay. Vince is asking, what are your 2 favorite movies? I probably have just one favorite movie, and it's called The Notebook. My absolute favorite. I could watch it and rewatch it and rewatch it. Other than that, I really indulge watching TV series. So I'm kind of like... when I get into something, I really like it. I've recently binge-watched Lost in Space on Netflix. I'm also a huge fan of Grey's Anatomy, which has been going now for many, many years, and I continue going back to it over and over. If you have any more questions, post them in the comments, by the way. I would love to read them out if we get the chance. There is question more for Mike from Dan. Dan, I might need to... wait for Mike to come back, because I don't know the answer. It's simply asking about the mixer, my mixer on my desk. How is it set up, and is it connected into the Soundcraft mixers? So yeah, I don't know. You will need to. Sorry, I don't go that technical, unfortunately, in the setup here. Finn is asking, when did I and Mike meet? We met in 2007, July 2007. You ask when? July 2007. Ross is asking, can I get a plug for my beat channel? It's MK Bride. Thanks. There you go. MK Bride Beat channel. I hope it's good. Paul Woodland is saying, Izabela, what is your favorite meal to cook? Ooh, do you know, I love cooking. Like, in general, I absolutely love cooking. I love experimenting. So my favorite meal to cook is the one I cook for the first time, because I really look forward to seeing how it comes out. I love baking bread. I do like baking bread. That's definitely something I've been indulging in for the past few weeks quite excessively. What else have we got? Beyond is asking, how do you track orders and status? Do you mean like on Music Radio Creative website? Well, we've got a full customer management system in the back, so that's how we do it. Kevin is asking, can you provide a link to your sister's website to get a drawing created? She doesn't have a website. Believe it or not, she does not have a website at the moment. She's one of those quiet artists. Does she not have a website? Maybe she has created one. If you email me, I will happily share her email address with you. So email me and ask, and I will share her email. Her name is Nat. DJ Willie is asking, Izabela, do both of you talk at home the same way like in Jingles? No, we just talk like I talk to you right now. We don't go like, yes, Mike, this is your breakfast on the table. That kind of stuff, right? That would be a bit weird. I think that our children would probably be scarred for life too. There we go. What else have we got? Izabela from Vince. Izabela, did you play any sports growing up? I was never great at sports, let's just say that. But I did love playing volleyball. So that was one thing that I played at school. And I was kind of relatively good at, which was good. Other than that, not much more. I loved biking, but that's, I guess, not like a proper sport. Swimming, I like swimming. I do like biking still, but that's probably about it. Finn is asking, what are my headphones called? I can't remember the brand. I know the brand. It's AKG K271MK2. So there you go. That's the one. Rob SW UK is asking, favorite fast food? Sushi. I mean, it's not really a fast food, but if I was to ever get a takeaway, it would be sushi, followed by maybe Chinese or Japanese. I do like Thai, although we don't have often enough. We don't have Thai often enough. Mike doesn't like coconuts and nuts in general, so it kind of limits that. But if I was to have a full reign, I would go for Thai more often, I guess. What else have we got? Michael Forsyth is saying, could you remind me how to apply to be a voice artist? Your Jamaican voice right here. Yes, please just email over our team, help@musicradiocreative.com. Email with your demo and we will take it from there. We've got a process in place, so if you email, we will be able to obviously get back to you and sort of advise you on the steps. What have we got here? I like Gert saying, wow, wash your dishes. Nice, yes. Wash your dishes now. There you go. What else have we got? Yeah, I can see you're saying the AKGs are good headphones. Yeah, I really like them. Those are really nice headphones. I do like them. They're just not bad. I really like them. It's just decent headphones. I think we might have Mike coming back. I don't know. Is he back? Are you back, Mr. Mike?
He's always been here.
Yeah, he's always been here. He's been spying in. There you go.
Stuff to say there.
Yeah.
Always entertaining listening to Ask Me Anything with Izabela Russell. There we go. Yeah, so it's really good stuff. We've had a lot of scripts submitted for our Free Jingle Friday
we better get on.
Which is really cool.
Let's have a quick look. We've got through our brand new form, may I just add.
You can see the screen is
and
ready to record.
Can you see how awesome you can now see clearly that it's for Mike and
Yes,
Izabela? Can you
perfect.
see how I nicely
good.
nicely made it,
Yes.
really cool. By the way, those that we did do that one, did we? Those that have been with the paid upgrade, we've already recorded, so you don't have to record them. I think that you can see clearly which ones those are, right?
Oh, yeah. I produced them as well.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. I thought you said that some of those jingles would be produced by others, but I did it this week.
No, you did it this week, so I've kind of pushed everything over
moved
to
it
you.
in, but it'll be your executive decision, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
Cool. So the ones that are highlighted, they've already been done. Perfect. Got it. All good. Ready to go over here. Going to hit record, and we'll just get stuck in. I'll get stuck in with my first scripts.
Okay, you go ahead.
Here we go. One big file. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Nothing in the universe sounds like that. I love the sound of old school and Dusty's music in the evening, only on the Triple M show. Tell your friends about SJC Radio. Keep listening to SJC Radio, but wash your hands. Let Tabiso Paul take you to your party destination every Saturday evening from 6 to 10 p.m. on Rise FM. Nathaniel Jackson Productions, making you look great every day.
You're listening to DJ Collins live on the only station where you pick them up and we play them. It's mastersradio.com.
True Hit Radio, playing nothing but today's favourite music on www.truehitradio.co.
Music you want to hear. Music with you in mind. Music especially for the dancer in you. Nocturnal Grooves Radio, hosted by some of the best DJs from around the globe.
And more for you.
Request your favourite song now. Email studio at sceneradio.co.uk. Scene Radio, part of the big radio network. Alexa, play CJ's most entertaining comments from his previous shows.
It's Shout Out O'Clock with Dan. From all the team here at The Hits, please may we remind you to stay home. Please may we remind you to stay at home to save lives. Stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. It's competition time on the Drive Time Show with Ellis Beardmore.
Thanks for joining the Dish Liquor Derby, brought to you by thesportstrader.com. Welcome to Finley's Thursday Mix. Hope you enjoy. It's Leighton Buzz Radio. It's Leighton Live. And it's Johnny Murph.
Protesting is an essential function. This has been a Carbonados. This has been a
Carbonados.
This has been a Canabo.
Carbonados.
This has been a This has been a Carbonados media production. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. This is the Dolly Parton Experience, hosted by Sarah Jane hosted by Sarah Jane, a must for any Dolly fan. Listen here to some Dolly classics at Dolly Fan Radio. Chris Kelly's Saturday Night Party on Double T Radio. Still to come on today's show, Savage Garden, E17 and the Venga Boys. From Very Corsten to Sierra McAuley, this is In the Mix Trance. It's our Sunday midweek communion service, live from Cannes Land on Dommy Radio.
No, Canaan Land.
Live from Canaan Land on Dommy Radio. Hits, old school, jukebox faves and remixes, DJ JC.
It's that time of the week where the hottest Kenyan millennials jazz up your afternoon with their refreshing live talk show. You are now tuned in to the 254 Millennial Talk. The boxes of paracetamol are ready. Lydia's unfortunate microphone is struggling. Lydia Alti is now live on the hits. You are on Urban Top Radio with DJ M, the best urban music radio. Youth Power Radio. The relaxing way to start the day. This is the Easy Breakfast Show. DJ Ian B in the mix.
Straight out of Country 001 Mombasa, it's your favourite DJ, DJ Evans 254. The realest DJ. You are listening to Radio Chisaka.
DJ Vital. We will have another update from Mrs. Mary next week.
Email Southern FM anytime, studio@southernfm.com.au. Welcome to the stream of Light Gaming. Welcome to the stream of Light Gaming NL.
You are in the mix with DJ Walid. With DJ Walid, the one and only.
Tom Makepeace, the best DJ on the hits, helping you get through your workday. You're listening to Through Your Workday, here on the hits. Listen live via our new Taka radio app or online via TuneIn. You're now locked in to shine some light with DJ Dens. The world's best loved musicals and theatre in one show. You're listening to Alex Dunn.
Awesome-ebo. 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 Blazing the hottest Afrobeats with DJ Watty Killer. Play it loud.
Don't touch that dial. You've got hits 247 on it. Don't touch that dial. You've got hits 24/7 on it. It's showtime. Please welcome Andy Crust's Country Show podcast, playing and interviewing some of the world's biggest and best tribute artists. This week's show including Kenny Rogers, Max Nielsen House, live on air, 107.2, and the hits. Tune in now for great tunes. Max NH live on the radio. This is Radio Popcorn, where the music goes on and on and on. This is Stephen Kramer, Radio Rock Revolution, keeping the spirit of free radio alive and kicking.
It's DJ Snow on the Wheels of Steel.
The future king of England, the second favourite DJ. You're listening to Tom Makepeace on the hits.
Home time on Radio Winchcombe?
Winchcombe, yeah.
Home time on Radio Winchcombe with Elliot Jordan.
Sunday afternoons with Marky B and Terry on Susie Radio 103.4.
You are listening to Student FM every second Thursday, live on YouTube.
A new hour starts with the best rock ever. You are listening Radio Rock, the best rock through the decades.
We've recorded that one already, so next one for you.
You're listening to NRG with DJ Dens. Let's go. At Endeavour FM, we're celebrating the fantastic work that key workers are doing in order to help us get by. To celebrate your team of key workers, email us, office@endeavourfm.co.uk. Thank you. Ready for action. This is DJ Dorito Burrito. This is
Mikey.
DJ Dorito Burrito. Evening Lime with Mohammed Nazim.
You've got to do the ass. It's Dorito Burrito. Sorry,
oh my.
I couldn't help myself.
Sometimes we play some games, sometimes we play some music, but every time we're having lots of fun. Tune in and you'll get a part of it.
The Dave Holly Hour. Like eavesdropping on a great conversation between two very interesting people.
You're watching Disco Dan, The Lockdown, with your host DJ Dan. Progzilla Radio, making progressive rock cooler than the other side of the pillow.
I need to cough, sorry. It's your girlfriend's favorite DJ, DJ Selector Charlie.
Dougie Stone Radio are now on Mixcloud. Yes, you now can see the presenters live. Stay at Home Disco with Leon and the Feenies. You're listening to Complete Mystery Show with Scott O'Hare, playing music from all unsigned Scottish artists on Scene Radio and across the Big Radio Network.
You are listening to Hope Gone Viral podcast. Get ready for a dose of positivity and joy in this difficult time of quarantine. And now your hosts, Damaris and Stephanie. From Mombasa, it's your boy, DJ Caddy.
Thanks for watching today's message. We can't wait to see you next week. The Music Land Yap remembers classic rock. Live on the air, DJ Danny VM.
Hang on. Sorry. For more healing, holistic and awareness... For more healing, holistic and awareness tips, join Health Radio on Facebook. The love of music is a great way of sharing the joy with no one better than your one and with no one better than your one and only Dusty Boy. Sarau. Is the name Portuguese word Sarau? Okay. You are listening to Radio Sarau, live from the heart of the universe, meeting you on the space-time continuum, traveling at the speed of light. Radio Sarau. Follow DJ Singapore on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and YouTube at DJ Singapore. DJ Singapore, your number one DJ worldwide. The Big Radio Network supports the NHS and all key workers. Listen the smart way. Alexa, launch Massive Hits UK.
Good news from Callawheat. Callawheat, we just try to help. Unexplained online news, tales of the paranormal and the weird from all around the world. Greetings, Xenophiles. Make'ems in the chair. Mack'ems in the chair.
Lava Fridays on Global FM Reggae Radio. Keep it locked.
Deep, soulful and underground house in the mix with Mel Carroll. You're listening to the 10 a.m. singer-songwriter slot. Please send your song. Go to our Facebook page, Devon Music Radio.
The SSL Showcase. Dandy Radio Club Sounds.
DJ Snoop, Scoop Swoop, live from one positive vibes to another. Two positive vibes from one and only DJ Snoop, Scoop Swoop. 3, DJ Scoop Swoop Snoop, live in the mix. Live mix.
Turn up the volume and get ready to party with the executive DJs, KE.
Sit down.
No, it's me. Sit down, relax, request, enjoy, and stay at home. Together, we experience the Friday night at Sofray. This is DJ Braveheart.
It's time for fun and chat on Lucy Jane's YouTube show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget your merchandise after the show. Let's go, Blind Tech Bass Podcast. The podcast for all the visually impaired and blind tech nerds. And blind tech needs. And blind tech needs. There you go. And blind tech nerds too.
Sorry. Just made me giggle. Your lockdown summer playlist on Ambron Radio with Matthew Walker.
You're listening to Sarah Oakley, Club Mix Central, for all your vocal trance and house needs. Now, crank them speakers up. Your neighbours might like to listen too. You're listening to Satellite FM Paris, the French sunlight.
You're listening to the Scotty Watty Saturday Show on Scene Radio. Our web address is www.sceneradio.scot, and you can text Scotty Watty on 077 830 36133.
Your most requested hit music only here at your playlist special with DJ Black Shadow.
Music to uplift your spirit. Thank you for joining us here at Cross One Radio.
24/7 in the mix with DJ Humility. You're listening to the mixtape from Matthew Stevenson. Boss T on the airwave, taking care of yourself with good music and information. Inside Sebi Nation, unlocking the mysteries behind the nation you thought you knew. The Friday night mashup with S.Y. Bradley. Faith for the whole family, food for the soul. This is Harmony Radio.
The Mad Maker, making silly stuff because reasons.
You are live in the mix with DJ Comet, the smooth jazz Billboard chart top 30. Every oldie we play is virus-free. Jukebox 92.7.
Follow DJ Nad Babu on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at DJ Nad Babu. You can contact him on Gmail, nadbabu123456 at gmail.com, and on WhatsApp, +233 247 064 107.
Was natbabu@gmail.com not taken then, I guess?
Huh?
Was natbabu@gmail.com taken?
Clearly. Probably nadbabu1 and then nadbabu12.
How about natbabu11 or natbabu100?
Nadbabu is a popular name, didn't you not know?
Natbabu123456. Okay, so moving on. We are throwing it back to the 90s with DJ Jordan.
You are listening to Back to the 80s with Ian and Sean on Solihull Radio.
Those AVE style kids are at it again.
You're supposed to be excited.
Those AVE style kids are at it again.
Club Collective on Cyber Soul Radio every Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. UK time. It's you.
Summer 2020 on Caltech Media Network. Breaking news.
Your one-stop shop for the latest news, all the sports, and the latest hits. Stay locked on Albaca FM 89.9. Follow DJ 3 Point on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at DJ 3 Point. You are now listening to HOB Sound, the Savage Sound. It's you.
So it is. Okay.
Nearly there.
Yes. It's another hour of the funkiest tunes on the net. This is Gary Mack's Club Collective. It's time for Sketchy News. Explore a monstrous world of geek culture at bunkerzilla.co.uk.
You're listening to Steel FM, community radio for Scunthorpe. Yeah. You're listening to Steel FM, community radio for Scunthorpe and the surrounding villages. It's time to face with Cindy.
Jamaica. You are listening to The Drive with MICAL, Michael Forsyth on NCU FM.
It's time to test the old grey matter. Get your pen and paper. Get your pen and paper handy for Jerry's Quiz Challenge. The Mid-Morning Mixdown with Gary Davidson. Wirelight Radio with music to brighten your day.
This is DJ Radio, dance music all day, all night. Enjoy.
Good morning. Welcome to R&B 103 GMT. GMT Morning Show. You are locked in, not locked up. DJ Stamina, the king. The king. It's the Insta Club Party Mix.
From London to Nashville, Dollywood to Hollywood, this is the Wal Webster Show on Country Superstars Radio. Check the website for show ideas. Radio Alti in the afternoon with Stephen Carlton Woods.
DJ Lord Child. DJ Lord Child Nandi. Nandi Hills, finest, the baddest DJ. Platinum Sporting Lounge, if you really want to party without being Bougie? What does it mean?
Don't know.
If you really want to party without being bougie, Platinum Lounge is the #1 spot to be.
Welcome to Media Content Creators. Increase your brand awareness.
Welcome to Future Mix Radio with DJ Zodi, aka Fazod,
AKA
Fazod Ahili. Ahili, yeah. AKA Fazod Ahili, your passport to the world of electronic music. You are listening to Future Mix, electronic music radio, with DJ Zodi. You are in the mix. Woo! My goodness me.
That's it. That is it. That is every jingle recorded and created and produced. How exciting. Very, very exciting.
Absolutely. Do you know, I was nearly losing my voice halfway through this. I feel like I'm
But you managed to get to the end, Izabela.
Yay. So I'm glad that we managed to get through them all. We always enjoy recording every single one of those. So it's great to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next week. But before we go, Mike, we have to announce our linked winners.
Absolutely. A big congratulations to you if you used our link, mrc.fm/lit, to sign up to this awesome service that gives you chart music to use in your YouTube videos and social media. Well done to Kevin Cannon, Dax Castro, and Helena Carlisle, who are our winners this week. Well done to you. Have a great weekend.
Woohoo! Bye.